So I was just in my Discord before we started. Well, you called me out of it.
Yeah.
And my friend is there who is in the military. She's in Kuwait right now.
Ooh.
And the first thing I do is she's like, Ian, I got a pitch for you. And I'm like, all right, cool. She's like, all right, I want to do a sexy boudoir Christmas costume with all of you, Christmas calendar with all of you guys.
Okay.
And I'm like, no. And then she's like, okay, second question. Why do you hate me?
I'll take a sexy pic of you, Ian.
Yeah, but I won't give you one because I have body dysmorphia.
Do you know how you fix that?
Get hot.
No, you look in the mirror and go, I like this.
Yeah, but I don't, so.
Yeah, but
anyways, I know, Nathan, I get whatever, but it's still, then she's like, goes on to, she's like, by the way, my internet's really shit here, so if you laugh at a meme and I haven't seen it yet, you're obligated to send me a dick pic. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm not laughing anymore.
just send dick pics at least.
Man, no, next time she does this to me, I'm just going to straight up be like, okay, be right back, and just go to my bathroom, fluff up my shit a bit. Maybe I'll just go beat off really quickly, because the post-nut looks better than pre-nut.
No, it doesn't, because then you have cummies all over your dick.
I'd just clean myself up first.
Yeah, but then it's like soft by then.
No, I'm very quick. I don't know. I think I'd just lie and be like, when it's like starting to deflate, but it's still like got all the blood in it. It's like thick.
It's like this. Yeah, this is me soft.
I'd
guys.
be like, this is me all the time.
Just take a picture of. Just take a picture of your hard penis and let it breathe. I don't know.
Yeah, let it breathe, just all out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey guys! Welcome to the Media Hole Podcast. This is a weekly podcast. In case you don't know, where we, me, Nathan, and my co-host Ian, talk about news and how that regards to movies and video games and anime and television and comics and stuff.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We do that, and we're not allowed to talk about politics.
Well, we're not allowed to talk about American politics until February.
Yeah. Are we able, just real quick, are we able to talk about the First Lady at least?
The new First Lady?
Formerly the second lady.
Yeah, sure.
So
I don't know this story.
This is an unfortunate name. I just saw this on Twitter right now. Jill Biden, I guess, is she is a doctor. She has a doctorate.
Yeah.
I don't know for what, but she has 3 universities here with a bunch of she's a doctor of education.
Okay.
Regardless, she still has the doctor title.
Yeah, she's got a PhD.
Yeah,
or whatever.
She deserves to be called doctor. And some guy named Joseph Epstein, Jeffrey, you're not hiding very well, wrote a wall piece journal opinion piece saying that she shouldn't call herself Dr. Jill Biden.
But she's a doctor.
She has earned the degree.
She's done 8 years of schooling. What is she going to call herself?
This guy, okay, you didn't watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, right?
I watched a little bit of it.
There's an episode in I think it's in like season 4, where they keep this guy in a like interrogation room or whatever they call it for like 24 hours, and it's them trying to figure out how he possibly could have murdered his colleague. And they make some comment where they say like they try and like pull like you're a dentist, not a real doctor. Like just trying to egg him on, and then he goes like, I'm a real doctor, I went to medical school, it's not like I fucking went to school to get a doctorate in educate or in English or something. And then Captain Holt turns around and starts screaming at him because that's what his husband has. He goes on like this long like 30-minute rant, implied 30-minute rant about how people who earn doctorates for non-medical things are more deserving of the title of doctor because they have to go through more processes to get it. Like you have to write like
it's actually
thesis
more.
and everything.
It's more schooling, yeah, or not more
Yeah,
schooling, but
it's not
like,
more schooling, but it's a higher wall where it's like for a doctor you just have to go to school for a long time and then
and then you
intern at a
can be
hospital.
an intern
Then
and a
you're
resident. Yeah,
yeah, you're a doctor. But if you're like an English major, you have to go write a bunch of shit, do tons of research, get like your thesis done and shit, get tons of grants. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's where the fucking part is where he's like yelling at him.
yeah. Also,
But that's also like,
English doctors are more interesting to talk to.
Yeah, I'm not really that big on horror stories about, ooh, do you want to hear the time a fucking patient shit in his pants and then threw it at me?
Yeah, it's like, no thanks, I don't care, I can do that myself. But
Yeah, I'm sure I could also read these stories on Reddit if I really wanted to.
yeah, whereas like an English major will be like, oh, did you know that fucking this thing that's cool about books and shit?
English majors could either be like really cool about their specific topic or they could be super annoying.
Yeah, I guess, but you know, it's my kind of annoying.
Yeah.
It's the kind of annoying that I like. So therefore it's superior.
Yeah, of course.
Just because it's how I feel. All right, folks. Let's not jerk you around a little bit. Let's get into the news. All right. There is some news about Cyberpunk, but we're gonna keep that for the end, I think, when we talk about how we played it. But right off the bat, let's.
How I've totally been playing it.
You've played it?
Not a lot.
Really?
Man, I've been so busy this whole week because I moved last week. I got all my shit done. Where's the podcast? There it is. Yeah, I like didn't even add anything to the fucking dock this week. Yeah, I'm empty here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I haven't done much because every day I would get home from work and my mom would be like, "All right, time to go hang up 30 more pictures or like hang up some shelves and shit." Or I had to go to my sister's house and put up like a fucking fireplace, like.
So I've played
handyman week.
I've played a good amount of Cyberpunk.
I can tell you how much I
pretty
played
much all day yesterday. PS5 can do that. I just would need to.
I have
log
only
into
have
it.
2.5 hours.
Okay, I played it probably about 8 to 10, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, and also, what route did you choose?
Nomad.
Okay, so we actually would have different things to talk about if I was further into the game.
Yeah. Is the frame rate bad? Is that why you're not playing it?
No, my game's perfectly fine. My computer can run it. It's literally because I've been busy. Like
Okay.
I've been making dinner every day this week, which takes me about an hour and a half. So by the time
That's
I'm like
good.
done on my home shit I have to do, make
And your
dinner,
work.
it's like 7:00.
You can only play it for like 2 hours or whatever.
Yeah, and then I would not play it and like sit here and like do something else.
Fair enough. All right. But yeah, let's get into some other news. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So first off, Warner Brothers and AT&T have sold Crunchyroll to Funimation, which
Woo.
itself is owned by Sony. Not woo, Ian. The deal was for a whopping $1.17 billion and is yet another case of consolidation and monopolization in the entertainment media.
Yeah, but as a consumer, I can have both now.
Well, we don't know what they're going to do with it.
Okay, if they get rolled into the same service and then they take the good parts of Funimation and the good parts of Crunchyroll, so mostly the good parts of Crunchyroll,
Yeah.
then I'd be happy about it. But if it's like how Disney handles their bullshit, I'll be upset. And for people who don't know,
we have no idea.
people who don't know how Disney does their shit, because I feel like a lot of people actually don't know this shit. Disney fucking owns Hulu.
Yep.
And they
60% of it, yeah.
And like ABC has another that is another thing they own, and also has its own streaming service now. And
Most ABC stuff's on Disney Plus.
like a lot of stuff, but then there's a lot. Why even have a secondary streaming service for ABC?
No, yeah, it's mostly been split between Hulu and Disney Plus now,
Yeah,
but they're gonna do another one that's annoying.
ABC All Access.
Oh, that's CBS All Access. I thought.
No, I'm looking at this right now. It says ABC All Access.
That's
I can
stupid and bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Windjammers 2 was delayed in 2021.
Okay.
And now that we're on Disney, Disney had their big ol' investors meeting this week. Ian, did you hear about this?
Yeah, I saw some things. I saw the Loki trailer.
All right, so let me just scroll my way through this. First of all, Raya and the Last Dragon's going to Disney Plus.
Which one? Oh, is that the Asian one?
The Asian Disney 3D animation one, which looked cool.
Okay. If it's going to Disney Plus. Oh, is it like the Mulan thing, though, where I have to drop $30 on it on top of already having Disney Plus?
Yes. Same as that. But then it'll come there for free in like a couple months after that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Yeah. Alien is going to have a FX TV series from Noah Hawley, who did the TV shows Fargo and Legion, which
I'm sure those are both good shows. But for Alien, I don't think they've made, like, Aliens is not that good outside of the good ones.
You mean just the first two movies?
Yes. It's like how the first Die Hard was great, and the third Die Hard was great, and then we stopped, and we should have stayed stopped.
Good. Yeah.
Well, 4's not bad. Like, 4's entertaining enough to watch, but going back and watching
Die Hard 4 is not a Die Hard movie. It's a Fast and Furious.
No.
A man drives a car into a helicopter, Ian.
Yeah, and?
That's not a Die Hard. That's a Fast and Furious.
No, Fast and the Furious would never destroy a car intentionally. What Fast and the Furious did instead during Fast 7 was that Vin Diesel drives his sick I can't remember his fucking car. I think it's a Charger. His sick Charger off of a collapsing parking structure up to a building, and then does like a sweet flip and somehow with finesse attaches grenades onto like a little hook outside of it, like a fucking backpack filled with grenades, and then he lands. He doesn't land gracefully, so that's like the most realistic thing about this scene is that he crashes on when he comes down. But then The Rock looks up. He's like 100. He's like a good mile away from this fucking thing, and miles are pretty long. And he sees it. He sees this tiny bag and goes, "Oh, sick!" And then grabs out a Desert Eagle and fires like 5 shots and hits it, and like a bag of grenades, and they all explode, killing the villain.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, the FX Alien show by Noah Hawley. Hope it's good. Like obviously the last two that they got Ridley Scott to do weren't very good, which sucks because Ridley Scott did the first one, and the first one's good. But yeah, I hope this is great. I like some of the stuff Noah Hawley's done, and I hope this is as good as that other stuff. In other news, FX also renewed It's Always Sunny.
You did not even write this FX news anywhere, by the way.
Oh, but I'm just on the Polygon article because there was too much. I didn't want to write all of it down.
It's funny that Disney owns It's Always Sunny.
Yeah, it got renewed for another 4 seasons, so they're up to 18. They're going to be up to 18.
I actually saw a clip from It's Always Sunny today that perfectly explains like the situation with Harvey Weinstein and like all those other dudes who are like in a position of power where it's like people could be like, why didn't the women just leave? And it's that scene with Dennis saying you take him out on a boat and they're gonna have sex with you because of the implication. Yeah, and Max like, what does that mean? He's like, they'll have sex with you because if they leave, if they say no, they know something bad might happen to them. It's the I wouldn't do that, but
I wouldn't
it's the implication, and it's like, oh yeah, Dennis is a monster.
Yeah, he's a sociopath. Anyway, so they crapped on a Star Wars shows and movies. So we got the Cassian Andor show, which is going to be called Andor. We got Obi-Wan still happening with confirmation that Hayden Christensen's coming back.
Ewan McGregor needs to pay for his divorce.
Yep. Rangers of the New Republic is
headlines.
Hell yeah. Rangers of the New Republic is going to be a new show. Don't know what that's about. There's going to be an Ahsoka show. There's going to be a Lando show. There's going to be a show called The Acolyte. We already knew about the Bad Batch animated show.
What's the Lando show going to be?
It's going to be about Lando Calrissian.
But like when?
We don't know yet.
Is it Donald Glover?
I hope that they have both of them. Billy
Like,
D and Donald.
Would they
like,
would they frame it as like old Billy D. Williams telling stories from his youth, and Donald Glover's there as like the young one? That would be kind of fun.
I'd be into that.
It's How I Met Your Mother, but
How I Met
fucking,
Your Mother, but for a guy who fucks anyone that moves.
No, it's How I Fucked My Way Across the Galaxy.
And then like became the president of a country, planet,
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, I'm sure he swindled his way into owning the rights to the whole place.
Cloud City.
Yeah.
There's an anime that's going to be a bunch of short stories called Visions. And then there's going to be a show called A Droid Story. And these are all Disney Plus TV shows that are coming out in the next couple of years. In addition, there's going to be Taika Waititi's movie. And then Patty Jenkins, who does the Wonder Woman movies, is going to do a Rogue Squadron movie.
Rogue Squadron.
Which is like there was video games of it.
Okay.
All right, then we're going to talk about Marvel stuff. So we got a new trailer for WandaVision that's still coming out in January.
Didn't see it. Randall Park's in the trailer though.
Yeah, it looks cool. Falcon and Winter
All I saw is film clickbait going like making fun of Screen Rant or whoever or comicbook.com where they were like, "Did you catch Randall Park in the new trailer?" And they were just like, "Yeah, he's in the dead center of the screen. It's not even hidden. He's just there."
Yeah, he's just there.
Yeah.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, there was a new trailer. It doesn't have a lot to look at. It's just like mostly them being buddies and fucking with each other, which is it's going to be a fun show.
Want. It's really what you want for that.
And it's going to come out in March. We got an announcement of that.
Yeah.
The Loki trailer, which is probably the biggest trailer that they showed for Marvel stuff.
It was like the one I've actually seen.
It's cool. It's cool as hell. It looks like they're going to do like the President Loki, vote for Loki thing, or at least they're referencing it. Also, Loki is fucking D.B. Cooper, which is really funny.
I don't know what that is.
D.B. Cooper was the guy in the 60s who did an airplane hijacking and then jumped out with a parachute and they never found him.
Oh. This kind of like looked like some weird time travel shit going on.
It sure is. He's dealing with the Time Variance Authority.
That's what the TVA, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That looks fun, especially when they showed that he was in the fucking, like, sitting in the plane, like, watching them fight in Civil War.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
There was a trailer for the animated What If show, which looks cool. We specifically had references to, we had a Marvel Zombies one. We had What If Peggy Carter was Captain Britain. And we had What If T'Challa was Peter Quill, Star-Lord.
Oh,
no, it's still Chadwick Boseman because they recorded it forever ago.
Did they finish it though?
Yeah, because it's like each What If story I think is only going to be part of an episode or something, or maybe one full episode.
Oh, the What Ifs. Okay.
Yeah.
Because didn't they say they're not like for someone with Black Panther too? Like he's still gonna be Black Panther or something.
No, they said like they're not going to have a different actor play T'Challa. I think what I would do is have Shuri is the queen and she's going to be the new Black Panther.
But then, what are you just gonna say? Like T'Challa's dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the thing to do is hard. To pretend he's alive and he's just off camera all the time is weird, and it'd be weird for the director and
Fast and the Furious
actors. Yeah, exactly. Fast and the Furious. It's like it'd be weird for the cast and the producers and the writers.
I think the Fast and the Furious one is at least. I think it would have been in bad taste if they killed Brian because they would have killed him in a car, which is how the real actor died, and that would have been like it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, like I don't think they should have T'Challa die of cancer in this.
Yeah. Oh no, the fucking because you had it brought into your body more than once, it's killing you via cancer, and then you die, and it's like, and then they cut to Shuri, and she's like, it was cancer of the colon, and it's like, what the fuck? Yeah.
That's right. You got to write it off that he died of suicide.
Yeah, put him in the suit.
That's less dark.
You put I don't know, put him in the suit or something, and fucking like just have him die while he's in the suit.
The villain kills him or whatever.
Yeah. Like that. I don't want it, but it's like the best we can get.
I would rather have the character like kind of. You could maybe make it like be like a kind of residual thing from like, him being, snapped or whatever, right?
Maybe I don't know.
Anyway, they announced some new Disney Plus shows as well. So we're gonna have a Secret Invasion show, which is the Nick Fury show that we had heard of a little bit before, based on the comic plotline where turns out there's been a bunch of Skrulls impersonating people on Earth for a long time.
Which was kind of Miss Marvel, not Captain Marvel as well.
Yeah, but like I think this is going to be like post Endgame. Maybe like there's going to be evil Skrulls. Ben Mendelsohn is also coming back. They said as his character from those movies where he's a Skrull. So let's see. Maybe the Skrulls turn evil in this. I don't know.
Does Ben Mendelsohn sound like that?
He's Australian, yeah.
Because it always sounds like the teeth they put in his mouth were just like too big or something. So he's like, oh, hello.
Well, he's also in Rogue One, so I don't know. Does he talk kind of like that in Rogue One?
I can't remember. I hardly remember that movie.
All right. There's also Armor Wars, which is again a retelling of a comic book series where a bunch of Iron Man's villains get his technology and have their own Iron Man suits, and that's going to be Don Cheadle in the lead because Iron Man's dead. They also announced an Iron Heart series, which follows Riri Williams, who, in case you don't know in the comics, is a young teenager who has decided to like create an Iron Man suit herself to become a local superhero for her area, which I forget where it is. But yeah, so I assume she's also going to be in fucking Armor Wars, just because it makes sense. It'd be weird otherwise. And then there's going to be a show called I Am Groot, which is going to be a series of shorts featuring Vin Diesel as Baby Groot.
Yay.
And then the last thing is James Gunn is going to, while making Guardians Volume 3, make the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, I guess in the vein of the Star Wars one.
Yeah.
I assume the plot will be Peter Quill tries to tell everybody what Christmas is and no one knows what the fuck it is because they're aliens and they've never been to Earth.
Actually, that could be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Of them all being like, what is this? And he's like, that's food.
What's a fucking pine tree, you idiot?
What do you mean a man breaks into your house at night and leaves?
Oh my god, that's present? Yeah. There you go.
Yo,
Drax.
Peter
Drax
Quill
says that.
still
Drax says that.
Peter Quill still thinks Santa is real and just is like, well, of course he wouldn't deliver me Christmas gifts. I'm off the planet. He can't travel through space.
Yeah. And yeah, but Drax is going to be like, you let a large fat man break into your home in the middle of the night?
How does he fit through the chimney? Does he become liquid?
Yeah. There you go. I've written the whole fucking short for you, James. You can feel free to use any of that.
Well, you've written Drax's parts.
Yeah. Well, that's basically it's not even a movie length thing. It's a holiday special. So
the fun part is you always got to figure out like how does what's her face? Gamora, how she comes into saying something stupid as well.
Oh yeah, because
she's very analytical, so she has to get to the point where she goes. So he comes down, he flies on a rocket-powered vehicle.
No. The problem
reindeer
is
pulled. What's a reindeer?
No. Yeah, I think the thing Gamora's gonna do is patronize Peter and be like, "Oh yeah, sure." Like,
she'll very quickly figure out that it's not real.
Yeah, let's celebrate his stupid thing, right? Like, I don't fucking care, but I'm a nice person. Or wait, no, she's still crazy because of Endgame. She's still not her.
Well, I don't know. Maybe this one. Maybe this
come
takes
out
place after the third movie, where
round?
she's like kind of maybe she falls back into her place.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
With the team, I don't know.
And you know what Groot's gonna say?
I'm Groot.
Yeah.
They're gonna dress Groot up like the Christmas tree.
They're gonna. That's one. I was gonna say Groot in a Santa outfit.
Okay.
Because I just find that fun.
Rocket's gonna look like the Grinch.
Oh, he sure will. He sure will.
Yeah.
Nebula's gonna be there.
Nebula's here as well.
Yeah. I like that character, but yeah, I can't think of anything for her to do in this. Fantastic Four, they're getting a movie. It's going to be by the director of both Spider-Mans.
Yay.
Rahul Kohli or We Riot.
I just scrolled past the tweet where he just with him quote tweeting the fucking 6-second like flashing 4,
Yeah.
and he just says start stretching.
Yeah. Captain Marvel 2, they announced that Kamala Khan and Monica Rambeau, both from the Ms. Marvel and WandaVision shows, respectively, are going to be in Captain Marvel 2. So there's a lot more crossover between the television shows now that they're on Disney Plus.
Well, that's expected.
Yeah. Catherine Newton is going to be back to play Cassie Lang in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Is she old enough now? Because the actress
that's the actress, I think, from Endgame that they used to play the daughter.
I think that's the original actress. Actually, 1 second, I'm just gonna look it up.
I think this is the woman who's in Endgame. Catherine Newton. It's Kathryn.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
The other one was Abby Ryder Fortson.
Yeah. So yeah,
who she was aged out of the character in a different way than normal.
Yeah. And then they announced some interesting casting for Thor: God and Thunder. Ian, did you hear about this?
No, I did not.
Christian Bale as Gore the God Butcher.
I don't know. 1 second. Gore.
It's Gorr.
I know, it auto-corrected.
He wants to kill all the gods.
Is Christian
in the
Bale
universe.
gonna rip his fucking nose off to play this role?
You know he will.
I don't know. Christian Bale's a good actor.
Yeah, he's great. I think that's fun. I think it's cool to get him. Probably speaks to the talent of Taika Waititi that they got a guy who did not like being a superhero to be in another superhero movie.
Did you not like being Batman?
No, it put him through intense physical stuff, and he hates that it's the only thing he gets recognized for.
Oh, but he's the American Psycho. Also, he's the angry British guy from...
Also, he's Dick Cheney.
That too. He was really good in that one as well. He was the angry British guy from... what's it called?
The behind-the-scenes footage of Terminator Salvation?
Real life? No. Ford versus Ferrari.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which has been explicitly said will tie in with both WandaVision and the new Spider-Man 3, which is already cast like a bunch of people from every other Spider-Man movie ever.
Spider-Verse.
Yeah. And in Doctor Strange 2, they're also going to have... I don't know how to say this person's name. It's Xochitl. I'm going to go, that's Hotel Gomez in the role of America. Xochitl.
Quetzalcoatl Gomez?
Sorry, ma'am. But she's going to be playing America Chavez.
I don't mean to be... Oh, kind of young for America Chavez.
America Chavez is a teenage character.
Is she?
Yeah, she's like a young Avenger.
I thought she was like in her like early 20s at least.
I think maybe in the more recent stuff she might
This is
be
the
like
kind of
20-ish.
name where like people would get mad like you know how like white people have a hard time pronouncing ethnic names. I think people who have ethnic names have a fucking hard time with this one.
Yeah, I mean it's a cool name. I'm not going to lie. I just don't know how to say it out loud.
Yeah. I would like to hear how it's said, but
I'm sure
a name.
no matter how it's said, it sounds very cool.
Oh, my name? Xochitl? Yeah, it's actually pronounced Stephanie.
Fuck yeah. I'm still into it. Anyway, she's going to be playing America Chavez. In case you don't know, she is like the Captain America of a different dimension. But she's cool, and she's young, and she's like, Latinx.
Yeah.
And then in She-Hulk, Mark Ruffalo is apparently going to show up. Sure. And then they also got Tim Roth is coming back to play the Abomination. First time we're seeing him since 2008. And there will be
this fucking
Feige
American
teased,
Chavez here has only been in 3 things, so she doesn't have a Wikipedia page, and Wikipedia usually helps to fucking tells you how to pronounce shit.
Yeah, she's also referred to as Miss America sometimes, but I mean, I always think of her as America Chavez.
Same.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I can't even figure out this pronunciation.
It's okay. We can move
I'm
forward.
figuring it out.
Okay.
You can keep going though.
Okay. Anyway, so She-Hulk, yeah, Titania Maslany is Jen Walters, in case you forgot. Mark Ruffalo's going to show up to play his character. Tim Roth's going to show up. And Kevin Feige teased that there will be even more characters from around the Marvel Universe set to guest star. And what I think that's a tease for is I think they're going to bring Charlie Cox back as Daredevil. There's already rumors that he's coming back for Spider-Man 3, which I want to see him hang out because he's great. So yeah, I'm into that. I want to see fucking Daredevil show up again because Charlie Cox is so good in that show. They're gonna do a bunch of other fucking animated things that I don't care about. And then there's gonna be a fucking Cars TV show. Who cares?
Cars?
Yeah, the director of the Bow short film from Pixar is gonna do her own feature that she's directing, which is called Turning Red. She's an, I believe, Chinese-Canadian writer-director. Because Bao, in case you don't notice, takes place in Toronto. You can see, like, actual real streets.
That makes sense.
Buzz Lightyear gets his own movie, sort of.
Yeah, played by Chris Evans.
Chris Evans is going to voice Buzz Lightyear in
The
what
man.
I assume... Yeah, the man, Buzz Lightyear. Because, like... I'm assuming that in canon, this is a terrible reboot of a thing Andy really liked.
That would be fun. Man,
I don't think it will be, but I think that's my headcanon.
The fucking final letter in this fucking name.
Yeah.
I can't find it. I'm on the Spanish like help thing for the pronunciation key, and I can't find the fucking letter that's here.
That's an L.
No, that's not an L. There's a little thing inside of it. Like not the L at the end of her name. It's like a weird SOT, weird SIT, L with like a fucking sideways J inside of it.
Oh, okay. That's phonetic letters.
Yeah, I know. That's what I've been looking at.
Okay.
So far, her name is pronounced like Shotchi or something.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's like one of those L's that's kind of silent, but I could be wrong.
So I'm not gonna be able to figure this out.
All right. The Little Mermaid and the Lion King 2 prequel are gonna come out in theaters, but they're gonna do a Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers where Andy Samberg and John Mulaney are gonna play Chip and Dale.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then they're going to do a Peter Pan and a Pinocchio live action. And then they're going to do a sequel to Enchanted, where Amy Adams is back. It's going to be called Disenchanted. And then that's it. That's all I'm going to do from that thing. There was more, but there's too much, man. There's so much.
Yeah,
so many.
I didn't hear about anything else.
We're 30 minutes into the podcast already.
Yeah.
And we've done like one piece of news. But yeah, Ian, how do you feel about all of these new products for you to consume?
Consume product, don't think.
Nice. All right, me too.
Her name is So Chill.
So chill. So chill, dude.
Yeah, she's so chill. Now, according to this pronunciation video, because I had to look it up.
Okay, cool. So chill.
Yeah.
All
okay.
right.
Now, on to the Game Awards. There's a new
Now,
Smash character. Who cares
Folks,
who it is?
hold on. If you're interested in the Game Awards, go to the YouTube. Look up, if you want to see the clip of the Smash announcement alone, I got that up there because I pop off and peek the fucking microphone. And I've also got the full stream re-upload. So if you want to watch the Game Awards, you haven't checked it out yet, it's been a few days, check out mine and Ian's reaction. He shows up like 15-20 minutes in, so check it out. It was really fun, wouldn't you say, Ian?
That was cool.
Yeah, it was fun to do. Anyway, there's a new Smash character. It's our boy Sephiroth.
He's your boy. He's not my boy.
He's our boy.
No. I hate him.
Anyway, spoiler alert: Mario's
Tired of these
fucking
anime.
dead.
No, he's not.
Mario's fucking dead.
Mario is not dead. It's in the trailer. He holds him with. He holds. Sephiroth just killed me.
Yeah.
He like slips the sword through his overalls. Doesn't kill him.
That's actually pretty hot. You got to admit. Just like
If you
picture
cut it
yourself-
off, like just as like, ching,
Yeah.
you're like, ooh.
If you picture yourself
Mario,
being,
get naked. You're getting fucked
Yeah.
right now.
if you picture yourself being held up by that hot boy's longsword, yeah, like that. That's pretty sexy.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Everyone's favorite evil guy, who's actually his weird ghost mom, kinda, is heading to Smash Bros.
Yeah.
That's what I wrote down.
The trailer was really cool.
It was great. He can apparently
Cinematic part.
Yeah. He can apparently he murdered both Galeem and Mario, and he can seemingly cut whole stages in twain.
That's the cool part to me, is that he can cut the stages in half if he actually can.
Yeah.
Like on every stage, not just because
I
they
want
only
that.
shown it happened on the his Final Fantasy stage.
No, they showed it happen on Clouds. His stage is the life stream, which is kind
But
of
his
like a
but the Final Fantasy that one is also his.
yeah.
He's a Final Fantasy character. So
Sure.
I know you're happy that it's Sephiroth.
I'm very happy,
But like,
and I'm also happy for more Final Fantasy music.
but there's more. Yeah, a second song.
A 30, and come on.
Yeah, I don't actually know. I was just watching Alpha Rad put up a video of his reaction to it. But and it, like, his buddy was in the background, and that was the thing I heard him say. It was just like, "Oh man, a second Final Fantasy song."
Yeah.
So I get, everyone, Sephiroth is cool. He's from the game that most people are like, yeah, Final Fantasy VII, it's the best one.
Yeah, it's at the very least the most popular Final Fantasy. I would say
I kinda
9's
wish-
the best, but other people would say 6. And
Well,
even fewer
usually
people
something's
would
the
say
most
other.
popular because it's widely considered to be the best.
It's just the one that most people played first, and most people's favorites are the first one they play in the series.
Yeah, I
personally.
guess. Especially in a big series like that.
Yeah.
I just think that instead of getting Sephiroth, could have just gotten like another Final Fantasy character from like a different game.
Yeah,
already-
like I would love to see like Zidane or Sora
Squall.
or Squall. Squall, yeah, Squall. You could do cool stuff because Gunblade.
Lightning.
Yeah. No, not Lightning. I don't want the. I don't. Want
I don't even
fucking-
know. I haven't fucking played that game. I played like a minute of it and was like, I don't like any of this.
Lightning's the least interesting character in her own game. Like
Yeah,
I'd
but she's
rather.
the hottest.
Could you Google FAZH for me? I think that's that character's name. Hold on.
FAZH.
I think that's his name. Hold on. 13. No, it's SAZH. That's my bad.
FAZH.
S like Simon.
SAZH. Oh,
FF13. He's the hottest.
seems like a nice man.
He's got a chocobo in his hair, Ian.
I know, and that's really fun, but
Also, Troy Baker's character Snow is pretty attractive. Vanille, I think a lot of
look,
people
Final
lust
Fantasy
over.
13 was just the hot people game.
Yeah, it sure was.
Just like how Barrett,
Yeah,
hot.
Toriyama made those games because he's a pervert, like truly. He did that
Toriyama?
and yeah, Toriyama.
Akira
The guy-
Toriyama?
No, a different Toriyama. The Square Enix Toriyama, whom I don't know his first name, but yeah, he did that game, and he did the Third Birthday, which is the third Parasite Eve game that's also weirdly fucking sexual.
Hey, give me a
'Cause I
minute.
think
I
he's
think
just
my
a
mom's
pervert.
locked outside.
Okay. I would say Noctis should be in this, but Noctis was in Tekken, and I think that's fine. He can be in Tekken. I'd love to see like just more global recognition of Final Fantasy characters. Zidane would be cool. I think Zidane would be pretty fun.
What? Oh, nice. Yeah, you don't cook. get well and busy, so I can't keep talking. Bye. She got inside.
Okay, sick.
My mom, classically, in the old houses, never brought a key with her anywhere. And, like, would just leave the door unlocked.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
So she's locking it now, so that's better. But she doesn't really get the concept of locking the door when you're the only one home.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm a...
So my mom, when my mom grew up in around this area and the other, I think Hamilton, was super white. Like,
oh yeah,
no
it was
one
back when
poor
you
sort
knew
of
less about crime.
Yeah,
like it still happened. It happened much more statistically.
It's just that
but
you
didn't hear about
ignorance.
it. Yeah. But yeah, like I was saying, like I would love to see more reps from other Final Fantasies because I think they're all kind of underdogs. But other than like Zidane, I can't really think of anyone that would have a cool moveset. Like Titus, whatever you want to call him, doesn't have a cool moveset. He just has a regular sword. And I think Sephiroth has like a cool moveset.
He's different.
Because he's got a sword that's the length of the entire stage.
I don't know. I feel like they could do something cool with Squall with his dumbass gunblade.
Yeah, I think Squall and Zidane would be the coolest.
What game's Zidane from?
9. He's like a thief and he has 2 small daggers. And there's no real moveset like that in FF fucking.
Oh yeah, that's
Smash.
Oh, and they can like combine into like a big one.
Yeah,
he's a cat boy.
He is certainly a cat boy because 9 is the best one.
Okay.
Or the bunny girl from 12, just because I'm a pervert.
A bunny girl, please. One bunny girl would be nice.
Yes. All right. So let's just jump ahead, try to blaze through these so that we're not here forever. Disco Elysium, the final cut. They're doing a console port, PS4 and PS5. It's going to have new content, but that content is also going to come via a free update to PC. So no reason for you to get pissed off. Check out Disco Elysium once it's out, everybody, because it's so fucking good.
It's actually on Xbox Games Pass as well, and that's pretty reasonable. And this next one, if you have Xbox Games Pass, you get 4 fucking games.
Yeah, Yakuza. Well, if you have Xbox Game Pass, you'll have every Yakuza game. Yakuza 3 to 6 are coming to Xbox and PC between January and March of 2021, and now you can play all of them instead of having to jump from 2 to fucking 7. The only one you're missing that's on PS4 right now is Judgment. So,
which isn't a canon one.
Well, it is canon. It's just not in the same series. It's a spinoff.
Yeah. Actually, how recent? Oh no, no. Because so Judgment takes place in 2018. Once again, the Tojo clan is fucked at the start of Yakuza 7, as they always are when the protagonist is gone for too long. But in Judgment, they're full power, and like
there's everything's still fine.
It's 2 years before.
1 year, because 7 takes place in 2019.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Because it came out in January of this year.
It takes place in the year it comes out in.
No, Judgment came out in 2019 and takes place in 2018.
And it came out in 2018 in Japan.
Did it?
Yes.
I thought it came out early 2019.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe I'm wrong then. Okay.
Also, maybe Judgment was like delayed.
That's also possible. Nier Replicant got a new trailer. Game still looks fucking sick.
Judgment initially came out on December 13th, 2018.
That's why I thought it was 2019, because very tail end. Okay.
Worldwide was June 25th, 2019. So
yeah, there you go. Okay, a cinematic trailer for the new Perfect Dark was shown, which looks... We haven't seen anything of it, and it's by a brand new studio, so we have no idea how it
looked cool.
Looks like it might be cool.
Joanna Dark looks hot as fuck.
Hell yeah.
I hate that you called this a Left 4 Dead ripoff.
Back 4 Blood is a Left 4 Dead ripoff by the dev team responsible for Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, I know, but it just sounds bad to call it a ripoff when it's like the original creators are back creating a new version of the game.
It is a ripoff. It's just a ripoff by the best people to do it.
Yeah, this game looks really fucking cool, and I wish I got a beta key, but I probably won't.
Bloodborne is a Dark Souls ripoff. Anyway, yeah, there was a cinematic
Neo
trailer.
was a Dark Souls ripoff.
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah.
There was a cinematic trailer and a gameplay trailer for Back 4 Blood, and it looks fucking great. Did you say you got a key?
No, I wish I got a key.
Me too.
Yeah,
Man.
maybe they haven't sent them out yet or whatever, but I don't have one.
Okay. And then here's something that I'm thinking of clipping out of the stream that we did on Thursday. Which is the trailer for Arc 2, which not only is a thing, the trailer is a fucking Vin Diesel fever dream that makes no fucking sense.
We keep talking about Vin Diesel this week. We were sitting there yelling about it. You kind of started guessing it was Turok, and I'm like, I think that makes sense. And I said, if he pulls out an assault rifle, it's definitely Turok.
Definitely Turok.
But then they saw these little fucking diamonds they have on their wrists, and
Stevie, our boys in chat, God bless them, saw like they had a thing on their wrist, which is apparently from Arc, which I would never know because I've never touched an Arc game. Depending on how this game is, I might check it out just for how fucking weird the trailer made me feel.
I don't know, because I know that the first Arc is like an open world survival thing.
Yeah,
and
which
that's
is
all.
lame.
But this kind of Arc 2, the fact that there is a Vin Diesel cameo in it makes it feel like, oh, look, there's a story.
Is it a cameo or is he the main character?
Probably the main character. Well,
right?
if not the main character, because all those games you kind of want to have your own created character. He's like your boss. He's the chieftain that will like send you out to do jobs or whatever.
Yeah, maybe. Weird. And they also announced an animated series that looks great. It looks actually awesome.
Yeah, it looked good.
Evil Dead has a video game which looks like it's like a
asymmetrical
one of those
multiplayer sort of thing.
Asymmetrical multiplayer, third person, Left 4 Dead style game with more melee stuff. Like kind of like World War Z but with more melee and based on Evil Dead.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played World War Z.
Here's the problem. There's I guess 2 randos that I don't recognize that maybe are supposed to be characters from the movie, but the other 2 characters are Ash, who has a chainsaw and a shotgun, and a knight from Army of Darkness who has a fucking sword and a suit of armor.
There was a girl there, right?
Oh, maybe it's the girl from the remake?
Yeah, what if that's Ash? Because the girl in the remake was also named Ash.
No, she wasn't.
Yeah, she was.
No, the remake is actually a sequel.
Yeah, I know. I'm just looking it up now.
I'm almost certain. Huh?
Was it a film?
Yeah, there's.
Didn't they do a TV show as well?
Ash versus Evil Dead, which is like Ash comes back and it's the modern. But that TV show got canceled.
Whatever.
Yeah. Hazelight's new game, It Takes Two, is a co-op game where a couple on the verge of a divorce have to fight an evil book that's shrunken them down to try to make them stay together.
Looks great.
It looks really fun. Looks really charming. It's cool. I liked A Way Out, and I liked Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. So I always look forward to what Hazelight's doing. They're the only good people at EA. Next up was a game called Season, which is an indie game that you ride a bicycle through a big world trying to record what's left of a dying culture, and the graphics look gorgeous.
Yeah, they were cool.
Yep. And then Fulbright, who are the devs behind Gone Home, they made a first-person story-based road trip game about looking for buried treasure near Canada, which looks pretty cool.
Also, I could just say it looks cool. These kind of just played and I watched and I didn't really care.
Yeah. I have looks cool after all 3 of these. Because then there's the last road trip game, which was first person as well. It's called Road 96, which was a procedurally generated game that also looked cool. It looked like it had shooting elements, but also story elements, but also it's procedurally generated, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And then we got the cinematic trailer for the Callisto Protocol, which is a new game from the creator of Dead Space, where this
one looked really good. I don't even like Dead Space.
A man in space prison was eaten by an alien in the trailer.
It was his buddy. His buddy transformed into that alien and
Oh yeah, you're right.
It wasn't here's my cellmate. Oh no, he's dead. There's the alien. It was that he morphed into it. So it's like a alien parasite zombie thing.
Yeah, looks cool, and I will check it out when we see gameplay.
Yeah.
And speaking of gameplay, fucking Among Us, which is one of the games I played the most this year.
I really think they should call this map something fucking else, because like
Added a new map in January called the Airship, which is basically...
I would call Mira HQ the airship sometimes. Like they're too close.
Well, Mira HQ is supposed to be a building with a helipad.
No, but you're in it. It floats.
No, it's a skyscraper.
No, when you throw people out of that one, they just fall below it. It's an airship.
No, it's like a if you look it up, because like Among Us takes place in the same universe as the Henry Stickmin games, and when you look up Mira HQ, like you can see shit about it.
Yeah, I'll fucking get to it.
I bought you a bag of your Doritos.
I appreciate it. I will fucking put it together. Stop going to my room! God, I feel like I'm 17 again.
You okay?
Yeah, cool.
Oh, they're still doing their thing. I'm gonna cut this bird out, obviously.
He knows how much of a slob I am. It's fine.
I'm not even looking at you. I've been looking at the Google Doc the entire time.
That's fine. My mom just fucking bumped in and she's like, "You gonna put my vacuum together?" I'm like, "I just fucking told you I was busy."
Yeah.
Okay, back to whatever we were talking about.
All right, yeah, Among Us. Anyway, there are new things called the Airship.
You know what I want in Among Us?
What?
Proximity chat to be built into the game.
Yes.
And then I think a really cool sabotage, or they could use it. They could just add it on as something on the comms one. Sabotage comms
where
and
you
it
stop
breaks
being able
off.
to chat.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I think that one would really be cool. And then I don't know, maybe there's like a section of the map where like maybe in security or something, there's another thing you can activate where for like it's on like a cooldown, but you like it's like on a minute cooldown or whatever, or it can only be used once per round where someone can go there and say and call out something.
I was
Like,
gonna
so
say.
say, like, I saw I saw a murder on cams or something.
Yeah.
Like you saw a murder on cams, and then you could just go to the right, and there would be like a megaphone thing there or whatever,
and
you
second
hit
button.
that. No, not a second button, because it doesn't stop the game, but it makes everyone in the game able to hear you, and you can just go like, "I saw pink kill green," so you don't even have to go see it. You can like say pink killed green in navigation hallway, and then someone else can go get the report instead of you having to like sprint to the button or sprint to find the body, depending on which is closer.
Sprint to find the body is fun.
It's like tense because it's like, what if someone else dies in the time that it takes you to get there? But yeah.
What I was gonna say about the airship. So, like I said, it's based on a location that was seen in the Henry Stickmin games. The map seems very big. It's got some new tasks and mechanics, such as like choosing where to spawn after a meeting is called, and like ladders and shortcuts. They also seem to add new kill animations based on your character's clothes.
Yeah, that was a cool thing that I caught in the trailer.
Yeah.
I just remember yelling that out and no one else listening to me, and I'm like, oh.
No, I listened to you.
No, you weren't. You don't listen. It was just
Check
me and
the
you
VOD,
in the call.
Ian.
So I'm not going to.
All right, but yeah, it looks sick. And then finally, BioWare showed off cinematic trailers, proving that they're not dead yet.
Yeah.
For both Dragon Age 4 and Mass Effect William Continue.
Somehow. Yeah, so you wrote that, and I got confused, but it actually just the title was Mass Effect Will Continue.
Yeah, that's what came up on screen, and so
yeah, people.
The main character William
saying,
Continue.
That's what you got to name him when you get the game now.
Yeah, I 100% will if it lets me.
I saw someone. I was on 4chan yesterday when I was bored, like going through video games. Yeah, I know. I can't believe I'm a sociopath. I can't believe I'm just a psychopath now because I went and looked at people complaining about video games for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I saw a really weird one about Cyberpunk on there. It was a guy like writing like features that is missing, and then but it was like It was from the perspective of a dude who plays on PC, like everyone on 4chan.
Yeah.
And the guy just said that there needs to be something to toggle mouse acceleration. No one who owns a fucking PC has ever been like, "Oh, I wish this was on."
Is that what he said? He wanted it on?
He wants a toggle because it's not on by default. He wants the option to put it on,
Oh.
which is weird. So, but I saw
Well,
a guy.
I guess
someone was
on,
saying,
like, if you have a low amount of space or whatever.
yeah, I was yelling on the stream that it's probably a continuation of the green ending where you destroy everything but then create like a new race or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But this guy was claiming that it's the destroy everything ending,
Oh, the
which
red
I guess
ending.
would also be it's
Yeah,
the
because
red
we saw
ending,
the Mass Effect remake.
but that's also how the
Or,
green
sorry, the
ending
Mass
is as well.
Relay. Yeah.
That's how the green ending is as well.
Well, maybe when that Mass Effect remaster pack comes out, there'll be a new ending thing.
Maybe they'll fix the ending.
Clear.
The
I
destroy
think
everything
they've done as much
ending
of
was
it.
red, but that is the blue one. Because the blue one was like, just take the Reapers and go away. Shepard's brain becomes the hive mind now, and
Be
you
somebody
go.
else's problem.
Yeah, be somebody else's problem in 50,000 years.
That's funny.
Well, actually, I guess it would still, since the races would continue to live on, then it wouldn't matter. But like, it would still be the humans' problems really far down the line.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue that one, because if it leaves everybody else alone, you could argue that one's probably the goodest. But I didn't beat that game, so
Mass Effect 3?
no, I didn't beat it.
You could argue that it's the goodest, but it's just kind of like, it's the problems are still, like, it kind of leaves the fact that, like, you're still able to use the mass relays and the Citadel still exists. But you're kind of just still, like, at the mercy of these, of, like, this overlord. I don't know. It's just stupid. Like, regardless, Shepard has to die in both versions. Well, in all versions, like, that's the ending, is Shepard dies. There's no one where he survives.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. It's the last game.
Yeah. I didn't hate it. I thought all the endings were fine. They're not great, but they're not horrible. Because the whole game, like, it's the journey, not the destination.
I think Mass Effect 3, if it weren't for the endings, I think people would call it the best one.
Yeah, it's got, like, the best combat system. It's, like, the most fast pace. You can actually, like, use all of your abilities. They, like,
And there's a
figured
lot
out
of
how to make your
repercussions
characters
to your
good.
actions in the previous ones that are very different from each other, which is cool.
Not super. Like, I feel like the only one that's, like, a real repercussion is, like, the Ashley and Caden stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the only thing that comes back.
Well, Miranda and the guy who is always with her, Jacob, come back.
Yeah, Miranda comes back in a bigger part. Jacob is just kind of like one of the people you can go and save. Jack comes back in the biggest way, which, thank God.
Which she
Waifu.
died for me for whatever reason.
In what? In Mass Effect 2?
Yeah.
Because you probably, if you side with Miranda...
I didn't get the armor. I didn't get the armor on the fucking plane when I
Oh.
played that game. So she just
The,
got
there's-
the ship got shot and she just died. And I was like, what the fuck? Because I did romance her.
oh, man, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's weird then. That is really unfortunate.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Morden
like
stuff.
those
Morden.
ones.
Morden comes back.
Yeah, more.
In
You can
3?
also makes it easy, depending on what you chose to, like that
I am the very
psychopath that was
model of a scientist Solarian.
But the guy who was like trying to like fix the Krogans, but was also like butchering them. It was like Morden's old assistant. If you save his data, Morden has like an easier time making it. It doesn't really affect the gameplay; it just affects the story.
Does he still die?
Morden will always die.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
It's just that you can make it a sad death or a heroic death. Have you ever seen the one where Shepard actually tries to stop him?
No, I didn't.
Okay, I was waiting for your answer. I think you just wanted me to keep talking. Shepard says, "You're not going up there." Morden keeps walking and saying, "I'm doing it," and then you shoot him in the back, and he still gets the elevator to go up.
but he dies.
But
and then
he
the fucking...
he's still singing the song, but he's crawling and like bleeding out, and like he's like dying, and he doesn't make it, and he dies right in front of the console.
And then the fucking what's it called, the microphage or whatever it's called.
The genophage. You don't stop it, and then you go and lie to Rex that you stopped it. And then later on, there's a thing where he'll talk to you. If you actually stop the genophage, like immediately Rex in like the next scene is like, "Yep, people are already getting pregnant." But if you don't stop it,
my headphones muted. What was that?
If you stop the genophage, the next scene Rex will be like, "People are already getting pregnant." If you lie and say it's been stopped, Rex will be like, "Huh, it's just not taken. It's just not working out yet. I don't know. Maybe it just takes a while. Got to do big old cums all up in them pussies."
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Mass Effect 3 had some like really good shit, and also Garrus's stuff was great.
Yeah.
If you had Jack live on your playthrough, there's a mission you get to do where you go and save her because she becomes a teacher at like a biotic kids school.
Oh shit.
And when you go to save her, the first thing she sees is she walks up to you. Shepard's like, "Hey, my old girlfriend," and she punches him in the face.
And then makes out with you, right?
Yeah, and then like all her students behind her are like, "Woo!"
I think in 3 as well, like there's in 2, like there's the what's the girl who's like, my daughter is like does murder with her sex stuff. Samara. She comes back in 3, I think, but also so can the daughter
for like
if
a
you
second,
have the daughter
and
come back for
it's like a second, and that's like the side mission where you discover what banshees are, and I hate those characters. Because I played all of Mass Effect and beat it on in like the highest difficulty. I think it's Insanity. Mm-hmm. Like I did it for every single one of them on console. Or maybe I didn't finish 3, but I did 1 and 2. And the banshees are probably the hardest ones to go through.
Yeah. And then there's the character, there's the stupid samurai dude or whatever, that guy, fucking piece of shit character.
The guy who kills Thane.
Yeah.
The guy voiced by Troy Baker as well.
Oh, yeah, that character sucks.
Yeah, he's lame. He's like, it's one of those characters where it's like, "Oh, he's from the books," and I'm like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
He has like a whole like backstory where he's like the main character of a book, and it shows how he got to where he is, and it's like, it's not real. It wasn't in the game, so it's not real.
Yeah, it's just like the Batman Arkham series, where if it happened in anything outside of the games, it's not canon.
Yeah.
Such as King Shark dying in the Suicide Squad Assault on Arkham movie, and now he's back in fucking thing.
Yeah.
In Suicide Squad. Also, they did announce sort of when they put up an image of Deadshot for the Suicide Squad game, there was a slight explanation because it was put up with the quote, "That other guy, the faker, he's dead. There's only one Deadshot." So the implication is that maybe the other Deadshot wasn't Floyd Lawton? Or
I don't know. Maybe it's like whenever he killed, like whoever kills Deadshot becomes the next Deadshot.
No,
they just happen both to be named Floyd Lawton.
You know what? Maybe.
It's like he's like, the other Deadshot was lying dead there, and he's like, "Oh shit, here's all my IDs."
Yeah.
Just paste your face over them.
You look literally nothing like me, but I guess it's just like fucking...
You're also black.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... Maybe.
Who knows? Yeah. Or maybe they've retconned the other Deadshot isn't Floyd, is what I'm thinking. Which, again, would retcon the Assault on Arkham movie, which was canon. So maybe that means Harley Quinn didn't fuck that Deadshot either.
Bummer.
Why is that a bummer?
I don't know. I'm joking.
Bummer for that dead guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's talk about the video games we played this week, Ian.
Yeah. None for me, thank you.
Did you watch any anime or anything, or read any
I did not
mangas?
watch any anime. I watched a shitty movie in my Discord.
Ooh, what movie?
Peppermint. It is
Never
a
heard of it.
2018 Jennifer Garner movie by the
Jennifer
guy
Garner?
who made Taken. Jennifer Garner, yes.
Ooh.
It
Is that the one where she, her son's dead or whatever, and she's got to
No,
hunt the guy
okay.
down?
The opening of the movie is that she is a tough, badass, no-nonsense mom. Not really. She's like a normal mom surrounded by a bunch of waspy bitches. And so they're out. She's like out. She's picking up her daughter from like doing like some Girl Scout shit, but they were called like Fireflies or something. I don't know anymore.
That's cooler than being a Girl Scout.
It's a cooler name, but I don't think it exists.
Yeah.
And then this like waspy white bitch shows up and she's like, I don't, your daughter isn't Firefly material. And it's like, oh great. She's a real salt to the earth kind of woman. And then she gets in the car and her daughter goes, I wish you punched her in the face. And then they go through a really sad thing. Her husband is like the guy from Drive, except doesn't just keep doing jobs. Like he's
a getaway driver.
Yeah, his buddy's like, do a job, and he's like, I'm not doing it. And he's like, you think you can make any money doing this shit? The guy's a fucking car mechanic. Like, he's a car mechanic in modern day. Car mechanics make good enough money, and he owns his own shop.
Oh, if he owns his own shop, yeah. I mean, he can.
As
make
long
good
as you're
money.
getting business as a car mechanic,
You can
you're
live in a-
fucking good.
You can live in a house in the suburbs. You're fine. Like, it's,
Yeah, and I think they're in like somewhere in like a LA suburb sort of shit.
Oh, in
but
which case, then no, never mind. That's then he's can't live in a house. Yeah,
I still think he
barely
could
live in an apartment.
His wife has a job though as well. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, LA houses are like.
But okay, but it might not be LA. Maybe they're in fucking I don't know. It's in a part in California, like a whiter part.
unless it's
so that
very
might be too
north,
expensive.
like basically bordering on Oregon, California.
Maybe it's
California is
Sacramento.
really expensive.
Maybe it's like
Sacramento's
Sacramento.
expensive.
It could still be expensive, but what I'm saying is the man has the money. He could probably afford to like pay the interest on the mortgage and like keep his daughter and wife fed. That's so, but it's just it's stupid what they're implying in that. So they go. It's their daughter's birthday. They're gonna have a birthday party, and no one shows up because that white bitch decided to have everyone over for a special little get together, even though she knew that it was a little girl's birthday today, and so she's just a cunt. That's
Hold on. An adult woman throws a party to ruin a small child's birthday.
Yes.
What fucking universe does this world take place in? This film take place in?
The Taken universe, I guess. I don't know. So then they decide, let's go to the fair. Let's go to the carnival down
The
wherever.
kid
And
dies.
they go there. No. Then
The dad dies.
The dad is like, calls the guy who wanted him to be the getaway driver for the job and says, I'm not doing it. I can't risk what I got going on in my life. But turns out the guy who is on the getaway thing has already been like caught for trying to steal from the Latinos. This movie's very racist, by the way. The Latino gang that he was going to work for. So he's like getting his ass beat. He gets the call, and then they go and like, oh, go kill the other guy, despite the fact that he didn't do anything. And then there's a drive-by after they have a nice little time at the fair. And the movie's called Peppermint because the last thing that happens before her daughter dies is she gets peppermint ice cream.
Is that the whole movie?
No, she dies. This is
And
like
then,
the first
and
20
then Jennifer
minutes.
Gardner does murders.
Jennifer
right?
Garner gets like shot in the head, and then she comes out, and the justice system fails her.
So this
Where
is hold
she-
on, Ian.
because-
So this is just the Punisher, but a girl,
I guess.
right?
Yeah. So there's a really shitty drive-by. Even though there's no fucking way she could have seen the guys who killed her family, she totally saw them. The dad tries to like save the daughter from getting shot by grabbing her, falling over, and putting her in front of him for the bullets. And we're all just like, this is so dumb. So then
It's like
Jennifer
it's like
Garner's-
beginning of Heavy Rain when he tackles his son and like lets the car hit him, but the son still dies.
Yeah. Oh well, no, because that was like him trying to block the blow. But this is straight up like, oh no, we're getting shot at. Daughter, I'll protect you, and then places her in front of every bullet coming at them. So that happens. The lawyer for the bad guy shows up to her house, talks to her, sees that she's on like psychosomatic drugs or whatever the fuck. I don't know the word. Things that alter your mind. Yeah, like things to help her with her brain injury and also the fact that she's going through a lot of trauma. She goes to court. She points out these are the three guys. Well, she already pointed out them at the police station. She says these three guys did it. And then the guy just says, yeah, you're high as fuck. There's no proof that my clients did it other than you saying it, and you're on drugs that make your brain do crazy things. So they get off. She screams a bunch. But then the judge...
Oh yeah, I love. Hold on,
part.
I love the implication that no, this makes sense in the real world. A judge and jury and courtroom and police would go easy on Latino criminals.
Yeah. So the judge says, there's no case here. I'm throwing it out. And then she's like, you're fucking being a dickhead. That man came into my house, saw my drugs, and he just broke in and talked to me. To get info, and those guys did it, and he's like, ma'am, you're yelling at me too much. I'm sending you to, you're being a woman, and I'm a man from the 1950s. You're going to an insane asylum. Boom. So they taser her, try and throw her in the back of an ambulance, and she escapes from the ambulance and then goes missing for 4 years. And then they find out that a bunch of Latinos are being murdered on the streets. And then it's her. She's out there. She's getting back at the gangsters that killed her family and the justice system that failed her.
Does she kill any cops in this?
No.
Then
Except
it sucks.
one cop does get jobbed because the whole time we're trying to figure out who the dirty cop is, and someone else said the movie was racist at the beginning because they saw, I think Red Letter Media had a review for it, and they usually watch the bad movies based off of those. Mm-hmm. And they said it was racist, so we're like, oh, okay, racist. We're in the mindset of racism. One of the cops has to be dirty, and there's only one Latino cop.
And was it him?
No, it was not. That was the part. It was
twist.
the white guy. It was the white guy with a mustache. All these dudes had mustaches. Every fucking dude in the movie had a mustache for some fucking reason. So, she goes through all this
shit. Well, it makes
shit.
sense after Taken, which is also a racist movie.
Yeah. So they go through. She goes on a killing spree. It's just a lot of action set pieces, pretty much, with Jennifer Garner just shooting fucking murdering people.
It's funny because Jennifer Garner is, in my opinion, if she's in a movie, it means the movie's bad.
Yeah. So that's what we were kind of all expecting as well.
I never cheer when fucking celebrities get divorced, and Ben Affleck's not a good man, but when he got divorced from Jennifer Garner, I was like, that's probably good. She seems terrible.
Yeah. I don't know. Ben Affleck is friends with Kevin Smith, so
yeah, but he's also
whatever.
He was also friends with Harvey Weinstein.
And then who was it? Rosamund Pike or whatever.
No, it was Rose McGowan.
Rose McGowan, yeah. Anyway, you've all heard that. Look that up if you don't know it. Ben Affleck, Rose McGowan thing. So it's just a lot of cool action set pieces. Then she gets to a point where she's almost kills the bad guy. She gets stopped, and then the bad guy's takes to the streets with his full. Also, it turned out that the Latinos were actually working under this white guy. So the white
this sounds like
the white
fucking
drug kingpin and all of his Latino fucking underlings.
Yeah.
They all take to the streets. They go find these homeless kids and they threaten to kill them unless she comes out, and she does. And then she somehow ends up killing him, and a bunch of cops shoot the shit out of the rest of them because they all show up. The bad cop gets shot.
And
she ends up in the hospital.
Do the cops kill the homeless children like they do in real life?
No.
Oh, okay. Wow. Very
yeah,
different.
there's not that much child murder in this movie, just that one. So the no, because they weren't black kids. They were just homeless vaguely. Actually, I think one of them was
Cops
black.
don't care.
So yeah, a bunch of people get shot up and die. A bunch of cops die. She gets like taken in, and they're like, "You can't kill that man, or else you're gonna be going to prison." And she's like, "Okay," and then shoots the shit out of him anyways. And then she gets shot. Kind of like they miss a lot. They're like fucking stormtroopers. They hit all the people behind her anyways. So then she ends up in like a police hospital. And the Latino cop who we all thought was the villain gives her the key to escape because he's like, "You say
He gives her the
not good."
He gives her the not racist card.
Yeah,
No, it wasn't racist because I'm Latino.
she was like she showed up in this like downtown part of the city and started to like clean up crime, a Punisher thing.
By doing murder.
Yeah, by doing murder of the bad guys.
It's
Punisher thing.
a worse crime than dealing drugs. You could argue, a worse crime than even theft. You could also argue.
So it's one of those movies where it's like, man, cops would be so effective if they could just go out and murder people,
murder whoever they want, like they do all the time.
Yeah, except this time it's like with no agency, and it's like, "Oh, I think you're a bad guy." Bang, bang, bang. I'm the good guy. They're going to put skulls on the back of their fucking police vehicles. They're going to put the thin blue line on the Punisher symbol and not get the irony of it. Yeah, so it's what... Also, the Latino cop who like gave her the fucking thing. I can't remember the actor's name, but the whole time I'm fucking sitting there and I'm like, I know that guy. I know he's from something. And I looked him up, and he plays Arturo Braga from fucking... the Fast and Furious 4, 5, and 6.
Okay.
Yeah. Who is a villain in that one. So, it's John Ortiz.
The name sounds familiar.
Yeah, it is familiar. I just can't remember what else he's in. Yeah, so that was my week, mostly.
All right, sick. I'm going to talk about a game that I played a little bit, but...
Ben has a very, like, weird smile, but he also seems very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to talk about a game I played just a little bit of... Not a little bit, but, I'm just going to talk about it a little bit. I played the Spider-Man remaster on PS5.
Cool.
This week while listening to podcasts, because it's a good game to zone out to. And God, like, it's like...
He was Victor Nieves in Kong Skull Island.
Oh, sick.
He was Dr. Powell in Bumblebee.
Oh, I didn't see that, but I heard it's good.
Did you see the Cloverfield Paradox?
No, I didn't watch. That's the only Cloverfield I didn't watch. Apparently, it's the worst one.
Okay, because he's in that one as well. Oh, well, that sucks. It's the worst one. He seems to just kind of do, like, bit parts and minor stuff. Like, that's about it. But whatever, the man gets work.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Spider-Man. So the thing about playing that game, especially the remaster... Like, I was playing it and I was like, oh, fuck. Like, now that I see it again, like, Miles Morales is tiny. Like, it's such a small game.
Manlit.
Yeah, no, not a person. I mean,
fuck, you meant the game.
Yeah, the game.
Yeah, because he is he's not very tall either.
He's fine. He's whatever.
He's fine. He's also, like, 16, 17. Like,
yeah. And he's taller in his own game than he is in the first one.
Yeah, he's like Peter Parker sized now.
Yeah. But no, like the Miles Morales video game has a very small amount of content in it compared to like Spider-Man Remaster. Like there's so many side missions, there's so many crimes, like the city changes visually like 3 to 4 times throughout the story.
Instead of it just being all winter the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, like, in Miles Morales, like, the snow gets heavier over the course of the game, but, like, other than that, like, it doesn't change that much.
I wouldn't say that the world snow gets heavier. It's just that it's more often that it's snowing the later you go through the story.
And it's heavier as well. Like, it's, like, the effect is more.
But I'm saying that the effect, but there's not more snow on the ground.
I couldn't tell you. I think it slightly changes somewhat, but I'm not 100%. But
well,
but yeah, like in that game, like there's so many fucking side missions. Like I forgot the first thing that you do in that game is turn on Ubisoft towers throughout the entire map.
yeah, and I think there's more side missions in that
And,
one
like-
that are actually like active that you
Yeah.
actually participate in, unlike Miles Morales, where it's like there's 9, and then the
Yeah.
rest are just kind of there's 9, and then I think there's 6 hideouts in total. But then everything
Yes.
else is like, go just pick this thing up. It's your keepsakes. You dropped a lot of fucking time capsules around here.
Yeah, but there's like less of them than backpacks, and the backpacks do more in Spider-Man to actually tell you like where the story's at. Like through backpacks, it tells you that like Mysterio, the Lizard, and some other characters, Eddie Brock, exist in this universe, right? There's also like the
One second.
research. Oh yeah.
Just watching it through Crave, and now I need to subscribe to HBO. Like 4 episodes left.
One second. My sister's watching Game of Thrones right now.
Yeah.
And she only has 4 episodes left.
Of the whole show?
Yeah. She's binged it so hard.
Damn.
So, but now she's like this. I guess I think our Crave subscription might have ended through the account she was using. So I got to go set that up again with our new provider. But yeah, so I just said I'll steal it for you. But no, I won't, because that's illegal.
Anyway, yeah, Spider-Man Remaster, though.
Yeah, Spider-Man Miles Morales is a much shorter game, and it really feels it when you get the perspective of the older one.
Yeah, like, and I'm not even talking about, by the way, like, the DLC. Like, I'm not even there yet. I'm just talking about even, like, the main game of Spider-Man is, like, big. Like, there's a lot in it. Like, again,
Yeah.
there's research stations. There's, like, the puzzle things that are kind of annoying, but exist. There's fucking tons of side missions. There's, like, you know, the Black Cat missions are really fun, even though they're just, like, looking at stuff.
And there's a lot more like dialogue and stuff.
Yeah. And there's tons
more
of
interesting.
bases. There's tons of bases in that game. Like, every enemy faction has at least, like, 6, I think. So, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, lots of what Miles does and is like very reminiscent. Like obviously the time capsules are just backpacks, but there's less of them, and they don't really tie into like the overall.
And it's mostly just about the villain in that game.
And there's fewer villains and there's fewer boss fights, and like there's an entirely optional boss fight in Spider-Man. Like there's the Taskmaster boss fight, right? Like is fully optional, and like. In Miles Morales, the equivalent to the Taskmaster boss fight is the Double Vulture boss fight, but that's a reuse of a character who was in Spider-Man 1. It's just now
And
there's
that
2 of
fight
them.
was also pretty fucking easy. Like,
Yeah.
I kind of wish maybe...
And it's not
that
even really
final-
them, because it's holograms.
Yeah, I would have been fine with the hologram, but I think it would have been more interesting if the final fight, if that final, like, Taskmaster thing was actually... like you just played through like all the big fights in the previous one, but as Miles.
That'd be cooler
Like you can
if it
fight
was
like
holograms.
it's what is it? Electro and Vulture versus Peter, or
Yeah, it's
and then
Electro. There's Electro,
Rhino and
Vulture,
Scorpion.
Rhino, Scorpion. Although Rhino's already overused in in Miles Morales.
I
'Cause
just
you
it
fight
would
him
have just
twice.
been better to at least actually Rhino's fight was very like maybe that one wouldn't work, but maybe even fighting against like Doc Ock or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Martin Lee.
Martin Lee, yeah.
Scorpion.
Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna finish talking. Tell me how long. You just immediately talk as soon as I finish talking.
No.
Oh, okay. Because the camera is really off sync right now.
For me?
Yeah. But the audio's not, so it's fine.
Oh, that's weird. It's probably
Yeah.
because I'm doing the recording thing.
Yeah, probably.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah, so Spider-Man, still a good game. Spider-Man Miles Morales, also a good game, but maybe
It's also
could've been
great,
slightly cheaper.
But I think I might like slide it somewhat down my best of the year list because like now that I'm playing regular Spider-Man, I'm like, oh,
You're not gonna put the remastered on your list, are you?
no,
Yeah.
we don't do remasters. Otherwise, Persona
Remasters
5 Royal
only-
would be really high.
Only Kiwami's.
Yeah, remakes, not
Or-
remasters. Because
Actually, I would say
P5
only-
Royal isn't allowed. Like, is what I
would
mean. Like,
Only Kiwami's implies that it has to add something extra. But I would say Demon Souls doesn't add anything extra, but it's a full, like,
Yeah.
good-ass remake.
or like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater HD. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. That came out this year, right?
Yeah, that came out like only a couple months ago.
You know I have to fucking go. Yeah, but this year
August.
has been a decade.
This year's been very long.
It was like
I
the meme
forgot.
of
I
it being
forgot.
January,
I forgot fucking
February,
Kentucky
March,
Route Zero.
October.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot Kentucky Route Zero came out this year until it was at the Game Awards, and I was like, did that come out? Oh yeah, fuck, February.
Yeah. I gotta fucking like go through and make
Do
my
your list.
like do my list and shit.
I've been having a sort of like provisional list for a couple months now.
Yeah, I know. I'm not even gonna do. I know like no movies came out this year, but whatever did come out this year, I didn't even watch them.
We saw Birds
I
of Prey
haven't. That came. Fuck, that did come out this year.
and Weathering with You.
Oh man. So the two best movies of the year:
Which
Birds of Prey,
I wonder
Weathering
which
with
one you
You.
liked more.
Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
I've watched Birds of Prey twice. I have not seen Weathering with You again. I'd have
Right.
to watch.
Yeah, I've
Weathering
seen
with
Birds
You
of Prey
with
3
someone.
times.
Yeah, I think for Weathering with You, it had to be like I don't know, me trying to like get some girl into anime. And I'm like, I'll choose something fucking easy and looks pretty.
Your name's
That's-
better because you can both cry.
No, we can watch that after. Because if you watch Weathering with You, if you watch Your Name and then Weathering with You, it's like the other one was
don't-
better.
Yeah, I don't like Weathering with You as much because it's just a less good version of the same movie.
Yeah. Man, when I was unpacking when I moved into the house, I still have not seen Your Name, by the way.
Yeah.
I realized I have Your Name on like Blu-ray and I just haven't fucking opened
Ian,
it.
you have my copy. Oh wait, you haven't opened it?
No, it's an unopened copy. It's not yours.
Because I'm looking
What
at
I
my
have of
shelf and I
yours-
don't see my copy.
I'm gonna go look real quick.
Ian, I'm almost certain that's my copy because I'm looking at my shelf and I don't see mine.
Yeah, it's yours.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck you.
Oh, fuck you. You lent me a Blu-ray of a movie that I said I wanted to watch.
Yeah, and I haven't.
That's fine.
Yeah, okay. Well, moving on.
Let's talk about Cyberpunk.
Oh wait,
What?
I officially like did I beat Hades last week?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
You beat it over my head that you played so much of it because you think it's the best game.
It's the best game this year, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Had
still
best direction, both creatively and management wise.
Yeah, because the Game Awards, we didn't talk about that, but yeah, fucking. Oh, we didn't even talk about what won when we were talking about the news. Fucking Last of Us won every fucking thing.
Last of Us won everything, and it was like, wow, I wish it won something else. Among Us won.
It was like 2018. Well, yeah, but like everything that Last of Us was nominated for, it won, which is like Red Dead Redemption 2 in 2018, which Red Dead Redemption 2, a game I enjoyed, definitely didn't deserve everything. And again, a lot of people on Twitter are making the argument, if you used so much crunch to make your game, you don't deserve best direction because you clearly fucked up directing
You fucked
it.
up the direction. But then I brought that up in my Discord. Oh man, we got in a fucking yelling match last night in my fucking Discord.
Why?
Not about The Last of Us, about Cyberpunk. Which was gonna just Cyberpunk's gonna be a whole section at the end for what's going on with that.
Yep.
Oh fuck. So the argument is that you like if your best direction, you clearly weren't good at directing because you people had to work 36-hour days.
Yeah, you abused the shit out of the people that made the thing to make it come out.
Everyone was working 12-hour days, 7 days a week for like 3 months to make a game for unnecessary things. Like, kind of like how in Red Dead Redemption, it's like, oh, the horse shits when you use it. And it's like, did you finish the whole game first before we do this?
But Ian, its penis gets small and cold.
I know, but it's
A man missed the birth of his child, but the horse penis gets small when it's cold outside.
Yeah. So they were saying that best direction means like creative direction, not management direction. I'm like, I get that when you're talking about a movie, but video games are a whole different thing, and the crunch is a fucking huge part of it. The Hades guys also put out, I guess in like a weird sort of fuck you, put out their version, like how they went about it, and they were pretty much
it was a long time ago. It was part of a documentary. Okay. There's no forced overtime, but there is forced vacations at Supergiant because they're a well-run fucking company. Yeah,
forced overtime is always bad. Optional overtime, where if your boss walks past you and was like, "Hey man, I'm not gonna say you have to stay late, but if you stay late now, we'll give you more vacation time," is a pretty good bonus. Yes. I don't even know if that's how Supergiant works. I just think that's how overtime should work in a salaried position.
Yes, but they also need to pay you more, first of all. Like, it needs to be, first of all, overtime needs to be paid, and it needs to be paid more.
But what all I'm saying, I understand if you work overtime, you should be getting paid extra. Yeah. But in salary, sometimes that's harder to get around, especially in a smaller company. So I feel like you could get away with being for every 2 hours overtime you work, it counts as 4 hours of vacation time. I think would be a pretty good sell.
If you're making a video game, you don't want to encourage overtime because what other companies do is take advantage of how gaming is an industry mostly powered by people who are passionate for the fucking thing that they want to do. And so people who are passionate will probably work extra hours just because they're in the groove or whatever, right? And so to force
I'm really feeling this coding part right now, and then you end up working for 10 hours straight and go, oh damn. But then it's now you have to get in that groove every day, nonstop until the game is done.
Because overtime does not breed creativity. It's extra work that sucks it away, right?
Yeah, I don't know how these companies do it, for shit, but they really should be 75% of the way done a game before they even think of announcing a release date.
Yes.
Fucking Cyberpunk should have been pushed from September, they should have just pushed it into next year.
Yeah. But
I'm sure
but Ian, they've already crunched for 12 months on the fucking game. Ian.
They didn't crunch for 12 months.
They sure did.
I thought that started in September when they sent the mandatory overtime thing.
But they had been in crunch mode since the end of 2019 because of they were trying to make the April release date. Remember? That's when the crunch stuff first came out. The end of 2019. They were crazy crunch at CD Projekt, and I'm like, well, when April gets here, they can at least go home, and it's fucking December, and the game's out now. But they've been crunching at least since April, if not since December of last year.
Yeah, fuck them then.
Yeah, fuck them. No, nobody should be working. Honestly, you can make the argument that the 40-hour work week is fucking bullshit and too much because it leaves you with 8 hours a day of work, 8 hours a day of free time, and 8 hours a day of sleep.
But then also your 8 hours a day of free time gets broken down even to still things that involve work.
Yeah, because okay, if you have to, it's not like when you're at work you can buy groceries. It's not like when you're at work you can fucking pay your taxes. It's not like when
I'm on day shift for my job, I work in Toronto. Or I work in Etobicoke, but Toronto is technically the same place. Mm-hmm. It's only 15 to 20 minutes for me to drive to work because of the highway. But I have to leave because it's the 401. I leave my house on day shift at 6 a.m. I don't start work till 7.
Okay,
so an hour of my free time has been taken up.
Hour and 20, because to get there too.
No, I leave at 6, so it's from 6 to 7.
Yeah. So okay. So is it an hour each way?
No, like on the way home, it's like 30 minutes because.
Okay, so that's an hour and a half.
Starting.
That's an hour and a half a day of your.
Oh,
8
that's
hours
where
that
the
you
other
get for
20
free
was
time.
coming. Yeah.
Yeah.
My 8 hours of free time. It's not a far drive, but it's still like I'm losing an hour and everything. But I work in a manufacturing job, so that's kind of different.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel bad because they like want to have it running nonstop. I feel bad for all the people out there who like. Not real. I don't feel bad for you in the sense of because you have a desk job. Because most people at desk jobs that I know of were always like, yeah, I can listen to like my headphones while I work.
So the thing with desk jobs is it's a different kind of shitty.
Yeah.
Than the
But
thing
like,
with,
yeah,
like,
it's
clubs,
monotonous. You're sitting there, and if you actually run out of work, you have to fake work or like walk around and like try and get more work and whatever.
In my experience, that's never been the case.
What,
It's
fake
more
working?
that they give you more shit to do in a day than you can do in a day, and you wind up stressing out and skipping lunch. Or
See, that's
taking
also
half
bullshit.
a lunch or whatever because
Yeah.
like the people at offices are annoying. But they don't tell you to skip parts of lunch or whatever. But they go,
No,
how
they
long
never
you been on
would.
break for?
Man,
It's like
time fraud is like nonsense. No one ever actually commits time fraud.
no, it's just there's so much wage theft compared to time fraud. And
Yeah.
like I was talking, I don't remember if I was saying this to you or my mom when that article came out, because I had a conversation with each of you about it at different times when they were talking about the time fraud,
theft, like
time
living
theft
at home. I think
of people working at home.
you might have talked to me about it and then talked to your mom about it.
I've spoken to both of you about it, but I remember the thing I said, which was like, yeah, it's like people are doing personal shit while they're supposed to be on the clock working from home. And I said, yeah, if I'm sitting at my fucking desk and my baby's crying in the next room, I stole time to fucking see what was wrong with my baby. Or my dog's barking at the door. God forbid I get up and let him the fuck out when I'm on the clock.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about CD Projekt Red.
All right, Leah, let's talk about Cyberpunk.
Actually, can we just take? Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, well, if
it's
you want
here.
to take 5, it's no problem.
No, it might be more than 5. So let's just talk. Let's go through, and if I have to stop, then we'll just either cut it there, depending on where we are. So CD Projekt Red's game that came out buggy as fuck and honestly shouldn't be on previous gen consoles.
Yeah, so let's talk about Cyberpunk. So first of all, epilepsy. If you have epilepsy, don't buy the game
They
until
patched
that's
that now.
patched. I thought they just put a second warning.
No, they like did something to lower the intensity of it. It's still like probably could still happen if you're dangerous epileptic, but honestly, you should probably spoil yourself and find out where those happen so you can like look away from the TV or find something to get
In case
around
you
it.
don't know, there is a part in the game where you wear a brain dance machine that happens to be almost exactly like a machine that doctors use to induce seizures in epileptic patients to see how they
Now this
seize.
is what we were yelling about last night. I was the only one that CD Projekt Red is a giant piece of shit for doing this, because even if it's not intentional, it's fucked up if it was. It's still ignorance.
Well, it's almost as if like every other video game during like a testing phase or an approval phase that would get caught, but it's almost as if this game, with its extremely rushed, fucked up schedule, skipped that because it costs money and time.
Yeah, so, and then all the fucking I was saying it's fucked up that they did that, and then someone's like This got me going, but I was like really about to fucking scream about it, but it was like 12 at night and my mom was in bed. Like, I'm farther away and I can be louder now with the move, but still me fucking yelling like I did during the Game Awards, like that would get me yelled at so hard.
Yeah.
So he was just like, oh, a game, if you're an epileptic, you probably shouldn't be playing a game with neon flashing lights anyways. Neon flashing lights do not trigger epileptic seizures. Specific colors and frequencies do. If it's a cool blue sort of color, which a lot of neon is a blue, like a blue, maybe a soft red, like it's not that intense of saturated colors.
Well, and
That will cause the seizure, and also
it's
patterns for the
flashing.
lights. Yeah, well, clubs and like Cyberpunk has a lot of clubs,
but like Yeah.
But it's specific colors. It's the way the colors come out at you. It's the brightness of them. You can do a lot of neon stuff without it being bright as fuck. In a newer Cyberpunk thing, like, because Cyberpunk, like the board game, the tabletop game,
the TTRPG.
there's a part in it that is like a tip on how to create like an environment and what it should be. And written in the book, it says use softer blues and less intense lightings because you don't want to hurt people.
Yeah.
And it's like that's the lore in the fucking thing is that they don't do that shit.
Don't worry,
And
Ian.
it's just it's a very.
Don't worry, Ian.
It's just
because
ignorance.
CD Projekt
and I saw a
really
thing-
only wanted to use the Cyberpunk RPG for aesthetic reasons, not really because they actually like the things about it. Otherwise, the game would be more punk.
Yeah. More punk. Those cops would have been much more shitty at the start. Oh, that's in the Street Kid playthrough. You meet cops pretty immediately, and there's a corporate bigwig who's like, I don't have time to deal with you going and arresting them. Why don't you just fucking break their legs, handcuff them both together, and toss them in the ocean? And then they just let you go anyway because it's like not worth their time. It's like, yep, cops are shitty.
Yeah. Oh, you mean the game where side missions include collecting bounties and killing people for the police?
Great. Awesome.
Yep. You can just stop random crimes, and in universe, it's because police have put up bounties on things and places and people. Which I've done some because it's just fun to do side missions, but I'm like, I'm not supposed to like these people. They're bad.
Yeah.
This is the point of the property.
If it was like a dirty cop or something who was going out of his way to like give you bounties that he was like facilitating for like kingpins, that would be better. But it sounds like it's the cops. It's just cops.
Yeah. Like, it's stupid. It's a dumb.
Yeah,
anyway,
they didn't go very hard. You want to talk about the character creator?
well, first I was gonna finish the epileptic thing, which is also the person at Eurogamer who found it out, who is an epileptic person, and mentioned that the thing gave them a mild seizure at one point. A lot of Cyberpunk fans tweeted at them saying that how good they were, and linking them to YouTube videos that were epileptic triggers, which is assault. That's assault. You've assaulted a person. You have sent them a video intending for them to hurt themselves and potentially die.
Bad. It's wrong.
It's really cool that you're such a fan of a game that at the time of
game you
of
haven't
writing
played.
was not out yet.
Played.
Was not fucking out yet, and decided you were going to assault a person for mentioning a problem with not even the story or even the quality of the game at all, just a thing that's bad about it.
Yeah.
Like fucking, I hate gamers. I fucking video gamers.
Yeah, it's the worst.
It's like the most embarrassing hobby to have because you have to be like, no, I'm not actually a huge piece of shit.
No,
Trust
I'm not
me.
a gamer, I swear. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
I'm not sending death threats because a video game I kind of wanted to play was delayed. Ooh.
No, I don't hate women.
Well,
Like, well, I can say it. I can say
yeah.
it.
Welcome back to the podcast. I actually just told my mom this is what we do every Saturday for the first time in 60 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, how does she feel about it?
Oh, she was like, "That we can listen to it." My mom could never figure it out, and also would not understand anything we talk about. So,
It's fair enough.
yeah. So, anyways, we were talking about Cyberpunk, and now
Let's talk about the fucking character creator. Let's just
so how does
shovel
it
the shit
feel,
out.
CD Projekt? If I was an interviewer right now, the first thing I would ask would be like, how does it feel to pimp the fact that you had a fully imagined, amazing, big, open, you can do anything you want in this character creator and still not have as good as a character creator as Saints Row 3?
Yeah, there's not a lot of sliders to deal with. It's mostly just that there's a lot of options to pick from. But they lock hairstyle, the body type, and they
Which
lock
is lame.
they lock your gender pronouns to your voice.
So I was yelling about this in my Discord last night when we were talking about it. No one agreed with me on this. But
That's stupid.
you know how you have to, if you have gendered pronouns because you have a created character, and you gotta record the lines twice so that they say he, she, her, him, that shit.
Yep.
Why
If
don't
you
they
just recorded once and had
yeah,
it
and just said they and them the whole fucking time? And then also it implies that even though this is a cyber dystopian world that uses trans people more as objects instead of being normal people, the trans people kind of just become women.
Yeah.
Where they get used as objects for marketing purposes, like in that Mix It Up ad.
Yeah,
that
which is dumb
chick
because...
had a huge dick.
Yeah, which is dumb because obviously, like, you could argue that we're past that now.
But
like, you'd think that in the future it'd be like more.
The way I was
accepting.
kind of looking at it, I understand why people got mad about it. I'm saying it's accepting because they're using it as like advertising material. Like it's the forefront of this thing as being like a trans person. Can you mix it up with this drink? But it's kind of disrespectful. But it's that thing about corporations taking advantage. It's like in Pride Month, and what is it? June?
But
where everyone changes their thing to be like the rainbow version, and then it hits like July 1st, and it's all in the trash.
Yeah,
it's like they act like they care, they do this thing, but really they're just being buzzy and trying to be like, yeah, look, we think you're people, but then they treat them like objects. I just think if
that's the message they were trying to send, they
did it very badly.
Or they'd maybe have one trans character in the game who's like, yeah, man, corporations are shitty about this. Right?
Yeah.
You'd think you'd have one character who's trans or non-binary. Not even not have a fucking non-binary
and
option.
You can't even...
having voices automatically select your pronoun for you, which sucks.
Everyone saw that breakdown of like the thing that said like, you know, that person who was like, I wanted to make a non-binary male, like masculine looking character but had a lot of feminine aspects to it, but there's no body slider option. They wanted to do feminine hips being hidden sort of thing. The genitals, I haven't had sex with anyone in the game, so I don't know if they're important or not, but right now it kind of feels like just a bug that we don't need.
I've done sex with a person and you can sometimes see a bit of your genitals.
Okay, so it is kind of important in that one small thing.
Yeah. I mean, I had sex with a sex worker who was a man.
Nice.
So,
thank you for supporting.
Gay rights.
Yeah, gay rights. Trans rights, gay rights, all that.
Trans rights, all of it. So yeah, whatever. Who cares? Like, we're past the character creator. Or no, do you have one more thing?
I just want to go back to my claim that Saints Row 3 has a better character creator, where someone could argue that Saints Row 3 does it as a joke to make a man with giant floppy titties or like a woman that's just ripped and you can't really see the dicks and shit is all pixelated in Saints Row. Yeah. But still, it's like there's more options. You can choose a male voice in that and then or you can take a male body type and make it feminine in that game.
Yep, and have a female voice. Yeah. And I think they did just record all the lines once in Saints Row. Like, they don't have different lines if you're male or female.
Yeah, they just kind of don't use... because they call you the boss.
Yeah.
All the time. Where they call you V, but then it's like V is not a title. Or if V was a thing that only a couple characters called you and everyone else called you Samurai or something, like Keanu does in that one trailer, then maybe that would be a thing, but no.
Yeah. Well, it's because you're a street samurai. That's why they call you that.
Samurai. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Yeah. I think when you're in the Nomad playthrough.
Yep.
Is Jackie Wells still your buddy, or is it a different buddy?
It's still Jackie.
So he's always your boy.
Yeah.
Good. I like him.
He's great.
I really enjoy the
Do you remember the E3 trailer from last year?
No, I do not.
All right, then never mind. I won't tell you what happens.
Oh, does he betray you or something?
He does what a lot of best friends / mentors do in fiction.
Oh, especially when you're a bunch of crime boys.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the cutscene. Oh, bummer. Sorry, Jackie. I can't believe
I did a fucking motion for it so that I wouldn't tell the fucking audience.
I know, but I'm also not being specific on what happens to him after the motion that you did.
Okay.
For all they know, there's no example because then they know it's not that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I say it as a joke saying like, that's not it, but it's it. It's kind of like how I fucking lied to Stevie. I made
about what happens in Force Awakens, right?
Yeah. The best story I ever have. And then I straight up said, and then Han Solo dies. And he's like, yeah, I'm real fucking sure that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the cutscene look like for when you guys become friends? Because in the
Like the montage?
Yeah, is it the same montage?
It's just a montage. Like you do a bunch of random shit. You get an apartment. You fucking shoot people.
In the Street Kid one, it's like you after the cops bust you from trying to do your first job. He just says, you want to go get some breakfast? And you're like, yo, you just tried to kill me a couple hours ago. And he's just like, yeah, but whatever. Fate brought us together.
Oh, that's great. No,
yeah. So that,
okay.
but wait, let me go through it because it's just the beginning of one of the playthroughs you'll have to do.
Yeah,
so
I'm gonna go through mine.
And then you get up, you go on a thing with him, and then it's like a montage of like he lets you live at his place with him, like you crash on his couch and shit. I think he lives with his like mom. So like you meet her, she's a real sweet looking old lady, and then it's just a bunch of shit of like you doing jobs, and then there's a part where you're in a club and you're like dancing with each other, and he does like this move to you.
Yeah,
like,
that's in mine.
Yeah, it just looks like you're boys, and then like people come in and you guys get in a fight, and then it's like you spitting out a tooth in the mirror because your outfit's changing every time they look back at you.
Yeah.
And then it's you get your own place, and then the game starts, and then the first job for City Kid, which is the only job I've done so far, is tracking down this person who is like kidnapped by some
that's
people.
The same.
Yeah, it's probably just in a different location, right?
Or wait, did you find her in a bathtub?
I found her in a bathtub, but were you in the city?
Yeah.
Oh, weird. That's weird that it's like that then.
No, because here's what happens in the Nomad one. So in the Nomad one, you open up and you're outside the city in like a small town, and your car's being worked on by a mechanic. You've clearly left your Nomad tribe for some kind of reason, and then like you're out in like outside the city, and it's this like little town, and then you drive out to like a small trailer in like a desert rural road, and Jackie's there, and you're supposed to transport this big case, and then you put the case in your trunk, and you have to pass through border security to get into Night City. You try to bribe, and they fuck you over, the border crossing people, and then you get in a big car chase and you start shooting at cops, and then you find a small place to hide, and Jackie was like, honestly, I wasn't going to pay you, but how about we go 50-50 because we're boys now.
So
and
Jackie was the guy who got you the job in that one?
Yeah, he's in the trailer.
Okay.
And so it's like you high five and shit, and then like then the montage plays.
For the way you meet Jackie in this one is that you're at a bar and someone tried to mug you, but you're a hard ass. So this guy, the bar owner, tells you that like, oh, I owe money to this dude Kirk, and then you go talk to Kirk, and some fat fucks like locks you in, and you can turn and look at him and say, "The fuck is your problem?" And I was like, "Oh man,
yeah.
At least the writing might be kind of good in this."
Yeah.
So then after that, he sends you on a job to steal, like, I don't know, this fucking high-end Lamborghini fucking future car. I don't know. There's only 4 in the city. So you go to steal it from him, and then while you're, like, trying to, like, hack into the car with this special thing they gave you to, like, drive it away, Jackie opens the door and puts a gun to your head and, like, tells you to get the fuck out. But then as you're doing that, cops show up and arrest you both. And then you guys just kind of get like thrown in the trash, and then Jackie gets up and goes like, "Well, breakfast time."
That's fun.
Yeah.
At the end of the mission where the thing with the Nomad one that's kind of sucks is you do a car chase shooting guys, and then immediately in the next mission it ends with you doing a car chase shooting guys. So I'm like, oh, there's 2 car chases in a row. There's a lot of car chases.
Nomad seems to be the one that you start like immediately with cars.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
I'm after the first mission, like you kind of just you give your car to Jackie and you kind of fuck off.
Oh no. Okay, you give the car to Jackie for a date or whatever, and then you go to sleep, and then you wake up and he brought your car back.
Okay, so there is like things that just match up.
Yeah, like it's only like the first 30-ish minutes that are different. And the rest of the game.
And then the first mission's the same. But apparently, I heard that Alana, like Pierce, her character in the game, you can only find her if you're in the Nomad playthrough.
I think it's that you get more dialogue options with her if you're Nomad, because that's what it seems to be. Is like when you talk to people, you'll have different options that only exist if you're Nomad. right?
Yeah.
That's what I've had, at least, because then like I'll have things where I talk about like, oh shit, like this, and I always pick it because it's special. Just like you always pick one that says like, oh, you have the amount of this to do,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
What I've been playing the game as, so what I want to put out is like, I have played this game creating a character where I've put every point into the body skills.
Yeah, I put them all in cool.
I'm the beefiest motherfucker around. I'm level 12 body. I have a baton, like that's just a stick, right?
Yeah. And what, you like one-shot people with it?
I kill in 2 hits, or 1 strong hit.
Oh, man.
Either 2 hits or 1 strong hit, they're down. And I'm like, it's so funny because like you also get high health from body, so I'm just charging into fights, beating people with sticks, just fucking crazy. Just
that's
because I'm
good.
doing that to make the boxing more fun too, because that's a side mission that you can do is meet up and do fights, and they're pretty hard, they're pretty tough. So I'm like fucking. Now I'm a big jacked boy, and I want to get to level 20 and like max out all of body before I start focusing on other stuff.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
You know something I heard just thinking out back to like all the stuff with the characters. We're in the future. Clearly, there's characters that are already like Jackie. That's a dance that you don't do to a friend.
No, he's your friend. You're platonic.
I know he's platonically your friend, but I'm just saying it's a much more open society. I feel like sexuality is just something that would be a little more like open about like who you fucking sort of thing.
Yeah.
But then I know there's characters in the game that won't fuck you if you have like the masculine thing on.
Is that true?
Yeah, there's a girl character in the game that won't fuck you. She's a lesbian.
Is it based on the voice or based on the body type?
It would be based on the voice, I believe. Because that it would be too much. It would be too hard to like, or not worth the effort to be like, you have the masculine body type, but she doesn't like dicks. So if you had a vagina, she'll fuck you, sort of thing. Like it's, they'd have to record multiple romance.
Well,
things
there's
where
body
instead they could
type.
just get
There's
charity
body
related to
type,
one of them.
genitals, and voice. That
Genitals
choose
are
your-
completely changeable, though.
Yeah.
The body type is like, do you want to be outwardly masculine or outwardly feminine? And the voice is masculine and feminine, sort of shit.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot more things to check. So I think it would just go off of the voice.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really enjoying the game so far. As much as I have to criticize about how punk it is in terms of what you see, about how fucked up it is that you're not seeing a lot more.
It's a fun game,
openly
but
gay,
it's like
openly trans, openly
yeah.
whatever characters. Like that's the lack of that and the lack of any real criticism of the society that the player lives in, and comparing it to this dystopian cyberpunk society. Like all of that, I think makes this not really work as a cyberpunk thing. With that being said, I think the games are very fun. I like the story. I like a lot of the characters that I'm meeting.
Yeah.
I like the world. I kind of like getting around in it. So like it's an overall good game, despite the fact that it crashed 5 times for me on Friday alone.
I think
on a fucking PlayStation.
5 on the new one.
On the new PlayStation.
Yeah,
but
you're playing the upgraded version.
It does run at a stable 60. I'm glad I'm not playing this on an OG Xbox One where the frame rate
It looks like shit.
It hangs out around 14. Like people are getting motion sick from it. Like you got to look up the IGN comparison video. They did like a Digital Foundry style, and it's like insane to watch it on Xbox One. You know the car chase that you get in right after the like first mission where there's a car chasing you and you're shooting at him? And there's a part where a truck, like a van, drives into a wall and explodes.
Yeah.
In the Xbox version, not only is it hanging out at like 14 FPS, the van hits the wall and doesn't explode.
That's funny.
Like
Just
I've gotten
boop,
some weird
done.
like pop-in issues. I've gotten like textures flickering.
Yeah, when I first opened up, like my first like go through the beginning of the game, the trees were popping through. I think Jason Schreier had a tweet about it.
Yeah, right now, like, me and Ian are both playing kind of the best way to play the game, which is either the DRM.
Yeah, I'm playing the
version
last gen version. Fuck you, Nathan, dickhead.
my version's also last gen. Because I'm just playing it on a next gen console again.
I think you have the PS5 version.
I don't. It's the PS5 version is not out yet.
Huh.
I am
weird.
playing the PS4 version on PS5, which then there's going to eventually be an update to all owners of the PS4 version who have PS5 that'll allow you to play an upgraded PS5
So
version.
also, this is what the glitchy part of my game was doing.
Let me just take a quick look. Oh, like the texture was just floating?
It just kind of it's not even like that. It's not even visible. It's just that the trees were like coming over everything for some reason.
But like that tree isn't normally there. It's just hanging out there for some reason.
Yeah. It's because that's an elevator you're looking at. Like you shouldn't be able to see trees at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a window.
I had a funny thing.
And it wasn't
You know
just those trees. It was every piece of foliage was doing that.
Oh shit. You know the bit when your buddy's like eating noodles in front of you?
Maybe. Might not
Maybe
be
you
that
didn't
far
get there.
enough,
Maybe
yeah.
it's like right after where you are. It's like around where you are. It depends on if you screwed around with it after finishing that mission for more than like 5 minutes or no.
I don't know. I walked into my apartment and went to sleep, and then I just like saved and closed the game.
Okay, so it's right after that. So there's a bit where Jackie, is that his name?
Yeah. Your
Okay.
boy?
Yeah, your boy Jackie. He's eating noodles with chopsticks, and one of the chopsticks just clipped out of his hand and stayed attached to the fucking thing, and it's
Yeah.
just there, and he's eating it with one chopstick, which is funny. I had a different part slightly, like a few hours, or maybe like an hour or two later, where he's carrying a briefcase, and the briefcase, he kept walking, and the briefcase stayed hanging in midair for like a long time.
Okay.
Again, I fell through the world once in a mission, in a scripted part of the mission, which is fucking weird. And again, 5 crashes within one day of playing.
Yeah, that's rough.
Like it's an unfinished fucking video game for sure.
Yeah.
And like, while I feel like an asshole for complaining about these things when people on again Xbox One are playing the game at 15 FPS, which is like that's nowhere near finished. That's like trash. And at least I'm lucky to have a literally stable 60 FPS. I feel
The game came out on 5 consoles and only can play adequately on 3 of them, and one of those 3 is very temperamental.
Yeah, like
the third, like the PC, it very much depends on how your PC is. Where like I don't have like a very new graphics card, but everything else on my PC is like
and
pretty
if
top.
you received a review code for the video game,
Yeah.
instead of buying it from like GOG or whatever, then the game has DRM on it and runs way worse.
It's something they had to do for review copies.
It's not something you have to do for review copies at all. What they wanted to do is
It's something they wanted to do because they didn't want it to leak out, because not every reviewer is a good person.
yeah, but it's like it's brewed from like such a weirdly selfish thing, because it's one code. Like, how many review codes are you sending out, and like how much do you actually care if somebody sells one? Like, that's such a small thing, and you're gonna make all the reviews look bad. Like, fucking ridiculous.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah, they didn't actually care about reviews. That's why the embargo was so long.
Yeah.
Because they knew the game wasn't in a good spot anyway.
People who were going to buy the game were going to buy the game.
Yep. Polygon's review, in my opinion, is the best because it refuses to put a score down, which is good
Because the
I think
game's
scores are
not
bad.
done.
No,
I think scores are fine. I just wish that there was like more of a universal it should be personally for game reviewers, like 1 point should be like 1 full point, 5-point system, and 1 should be, is it technically sound? Is the gameplay good? Is the story good? A 4th one, and then the 5th one would be, did you enjoy the game personally? So a game could be a 4 out of 5, but then you could turn around and say, I just wasn't having fun. because all the technical shit is there, making it good.
Right, but I don't know, whatever. The problem
It's all
is,
subjective. Like,
yeah, everything. Every game review uses the IGN scale from 7 to 10, and like that's it. Like it's
if it's
fucking
below
bullshit.
7, dear God, this game is shit.
If it's below 7, it's not mainstream enough for me to try to make it sound okay.
Yeah, or I won't get any backlash for saying
God
the game is
Hand
bad.
3 out of 10.
Which is wrong.
Wrong, bad. You're bad and wrong. You're a bad person.
Yeah. Fuck. What's another one? I don't know. Any anime game that's based off of like a big franchise that already exists. Like I think the One Piece games don't get like highly reviewed.
Yeah. Again, if it's mainstream, you're gonna walk the line between 8 and 10 because that's what people want. Because it's like, if I do below this, I'm going to get a bunch of angry tweets that I don't want to deal with.
IGN gave One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 an 8 out of 10, so you know they're wrong.
IGN's
like
not the problem. The problem is like the industry as a whole, and like the people who play video games being what they are.
But also like usually like a game like One Piece Pirate Warriors 4, the guy who probably reviewed it for most of these publications is probably someone who either enjoys Muso games or enjoys One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
They put
or
people who
like both.
They try
to
because they want it to be a good get. They want people to say, yeah, the game's good. They want to be positive about it. They don't want to be negative.
I think that's IGN and like those companies learning their lesson from God Hand 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
Because they got somebody who never played a character action game before to play it.
Yeah.
Or a fighting game.
If you put
before.
a guy who's like, my favorite kind of game is RTSs and I don't play anything else, and they're like, hey, why don't you go review Devil May Cry or like anything that's not just something that's more interactive, they'll be like, this game sucks.
Well, that's why D Little MC did well, is because it used like fancy graphics and sort of like Uncharted-esque like set pieces to make the game feel like more cinematic, despite the fact that the combat is like objectively worse and the game ran at half the frame rate of what the better Devil May Cry games run on console.
Man. You know, it'd be cool.
What?
An update for Judgment that lets me play the game at 60 FPS.
Yeah.
With no frame drops. Ooh, that would be amazing.
love to play a game on the Dragon Engine at 60 FPS.
Get it on PC then.
I don't want to buy them all again.
Or wait till... Well, you will be waiting till Yakuza 7 comes out on PS5.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'll pick it up. I have at the bottom of my Game of the Year list, I have games that I didn't play that I assume would be in the top 4 of my GOTY list if I did play them. And it's 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim, and Yakuza 7.
Yeah. Yakuza 7, man, I'm at chapter 12 now, which is the one that you said was going to get really hard. I think I'll be fine. Because I actually do the side content and play all the fights, which sucks. I think I'm at like getting close to like the finale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like, the character finale where it's like, oh, here's everything. It's all kind of wrapped up, but you still need to have that final big fight.
Yeah. So like the part where you're like, okay, I pretty much know everything, but there's maybe 2 chapters to actually wrap up like what I do about it.
And because the way Yakuza works, I kind of really hope the final fight, or at least the final phase of the last fight, is just Ichiban versus whoever the fucking asshole is. Mm-hmm. Because the best fights in Yakuza is when it's purely one-on-one, like Kiryu versus Kiryu versus Ryuji, fucking... Oh, what the fuck?
All right. Let's kill it real quick.
Yeah, let's kill this shit because we had an error that could have been really bad. And also, this is over 3 hours because we had to take an hour break.
Yeah. Don't worry, I am recording you on my end, so
so if there's actually a problem, we can fix it up. All right. So, anyways, talking about Yakuza, but we're done.
Yep.
That's it.
Like Cyberpunk is a bit of a mess. I enjoy it a lot, but
it's a fine game, but it's not very cyberpunk.
Yes.
It's got the
and-
aesthetic, but not the message.
Yeah, and so that's why I'd like to play one of the 2 versions of the RPG that I have with my friends at some point, now
Yeah,
that
but we
they're
can't do that
semi-familiar.
yet.
We could do it over Roll20 / Discord.
Yeah, I don't know. I think those people, like, just when we played D&D, it's really hard to get them to pay attention. So
It can be.
we'll probably just wait till in-person is allowed again, which
Yeah, hopefully soon.
it'll probably be next year now.
Yep.
Because shit's getting it's flattening, but not fast enough because people are still being assholes.
Yeah, and everybody's still
wear
gonna
a
have
mask.
everybody's still gonna have Christmas, even though you probably shouldn't.
Yeah, well, my dad's here right now, and he lives in Chatham, so like, that's not allowed. But
Yep.
yeah, well, my dad's retired, and Chatham has low cases, but still, he's now risking the people back there. So
My mom and aunt are going to London, Ontario to do Christmas shopping, and they're staying overnight tonight.
ugh. I hate that. I don't like that either. Like my brother and his wife, before they started to, because like Milton wasn't in the
worst
wasn't in the
zone?
red. Yeah, well, because it's not the GTA, but now it's in the worst zone starting on Monday. Like
Yeah.
it's slowly they're just being like, yeah, shit sucks in the GTA. Oh no, the people in the GTA will drive 20 minutes outside and go to Milton. Now they got to make them bad. So
Yeah, it's been really rough for us because like we've had to break rules because somebody needs to fucking. Even though like my grandmother being old is more susceptible, she also has Alzheimer's, and if she isn't seeing people, she's having hallucinations and making my step grandfather fucking crazy because you can't spend 24 hours a day with that person
my
having
grandpa.
hallucinations.
My grandpa's just old, but at least he lives with my uncle. So
Yeah, like my grandma and my step grandfather live together, but my grandmother, again, Alzheimer's, she's having hallucinations.
Alzheimer's is
she's
the bad
forgetting
one.
people.
my grandpa just has dementia because it's like,
The same thing. Yeah.
he's getting Alzheimer's is a little more hardcore. My step grandmother has Alzheimer's, which is rough. Like it's rough, but dementia is at least like, oh, it's because you're super old, where Alzheimer's can hit you at like the age of 50 and you just start forgetting things until your body like shuts down.
It's really rough, and so like we're having
Dementia's
her,
about age. Alzheimer's is a disease.
You've got that backwards.
What?
That's the opposite of how it is.
Whatever. Dementia is a disease brought on by age. Alzheimer's can hit you at any time.
No.
Yes.
Alzheimer's happens when you're older. Dementia you can
There's
have
also
at
early
any
onset.
age.
Wait, really?
Yep.
Oh, it is a brain disease.
Yep. But effectively, there's no way to tell if somebody has dementia or Alzheimer's unless you cut their head open after they're dead. Is something a doctor told me about my grandmother. So
Damn.
yeah. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, it's just rough out here.
Oh,
where
it's
she's
just-
spending nights
Oh,
at
Alzheimer's
everybody's
causes
houses.
dementia.
Yeah.
All right.
So let's
only that
just
drug
wrap.
and judgment worked.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. So let's just wrap this bad boy up. Thanks so much for listening to our podcast. You can find more episodes of this plus more stuff at youtube.com/n8scomedy. Currently, I feel a little bit bad because the minutes watched of my videos is by all people is less than the minutes of video I've put out this year. So
Well,
that's
it'd be
something.
like that.
Yeah. I don't mean to sound shitty, but whatever. If you like it, yeah, go to youtube.com/n8scomedy. You can check out me and Ian's reaction to the Game Awards and a couple fun clips from that on that channel. And if you want to follow me, I'm at The Media Hole on Twitter. I'm at The Media Hole on TikTok. I'm at twitch.tv/The Media Hole. And you can also find me at when your balls get stuck to your leg.tumblr.com.
Change your name.
If you want to find Ian, he's at StrugglesV. He's recently come under fire for sending videos of epileptic triggers to epileptic people online.
How dare you? I've come under fire because I said the game with the 2 lesbians and it didn't deserve to win 6 awards.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.